you roll around. I know shawty and she dancing with no slow songs. In the midnight, let me go over. And I'm looking at you, and it's so loud. I'm in this side, now you like to lay low. And then she bring it to the table. And then I got everything face, my face, cash, my track.
The difference is you was talking on my name, baby. The difference now, you do it for fame. Like you say, I switched up now, but so much to lose now, they don't know themselves. That's why they be hating. The real one, let me see reflections. Can't be in the past tense, better than the last. And if you wanna be around me, know I keep my heart pure. No, I'm not interested in anything. The difference is you was talking on my name, baby. The difference now, you do it for fame. Like you say, I switched up now, but was never a call chasing. So much to lose now, they don't know themselves. That's why they be hating. The real one, got a little reflections. Can't be in the past tense, better than the last. And if you wanna be around me, know I keep my heart pure. No, I'm not interested in anything, me. I let some God kept it going on, someone's bad for me. And I know what's best for me, claiming all my opportunities. You need to compare, knowing what's just true to me. All I see is a collective holding fear, that's just not good to me. I'm lying, want to leave, that's why they follow me. If you really wanna be there, why ain't you pick up the phone, just call me. Baby, you want me to show off, I know that's alright. One piece of life, but please don't get lost in the long run. That's within so without chosen ones, we gotta shine bright. And I did this with dedication and integrity, you can't get my life. I'm watching how they move, see the support and that's satisfied. But if you chill, I'm rocking with you too for life. We was city to city with the phones in the trunk of something like that. And later had this spot jumping, it was feeling nice. I said, shut up with the cookies, we can't smoke on me, nice. Never been to the six, we got some of the best smoke, bitch. Sometimes testing my sobriety can be a bitch. Cut back from the smoke from time to time to see my life switch. Peel back the layers to see it's all. And it's not what you added, but what you letting go, though. Getting hard without a follow-up mention. Do this shit for much more than the attention. You try to talk on my name, don't got a consistent pension. Living up in the world, that's why I call it the ascension. The difference is you was talking on my name, baby.
Chat.
You do it for fame, like you said, I switched up now, but I was never a cloud chasing. So much to lose now, they know themselves, that's why they be hating. The real one, got a little reflections, can't be in the past tense, gotta live your life. And if you wanna be around me, know I keep my heart pure, no I'm not anxious for anything. And I keep it going for the team. You can try to talk on me, but I know it's best for me, And some of them try to hate on the team. When you coming with a plan and a purpose, gotta see it through, gotta see it through. Some be moving loose, but I know it's not cool. So much to lose, don't know themselves, that's why they be hating. Can't say I switched up now, but I was never a cloud chaser.
Chat. Leo, ascendant Libra. Very nice. 803, salute. What's up? Reasons. 816, what's up? Matthew. Butter from my heart, appreciate you guys.
Since I got my ways back, I know they can't look down on me.
Love the lyrics, I appreciate you, man.
Stay up in your lane. They only do it for the fame.
Try to have that resonance without like all the toxicity.
Be around now.
Star sound with 829.
Blessing place at the stage to my guys, we gotta raise the stakes now.
Just way to get situated in here, chat.
Real clean.
Personal readings, we chilling. We're gonna do some personal readings, we're gonna do some collectives at the full moon on Saturday. Tap in, you guys wanna be in here. For real, 110% you wanna be in here. It's gonna be an extremely important live. Don't miss it. I don't know if it's late where you're at, but just stay tuned. I'm not lying to you.
I did that laughter then for my pops, we can see his dream come true. And yeah, I was human truth, no let it talk, so I let it all come through. I'm from the source, this is what it looks like when God rooting for you. And baby, if you bored, you can hit a spot, grab the old man, hit the township too. God rooting upon, that's why I take control. And my core really is Mars, no, I'm not scared to go to war. So you still popping on them bars, say you had all the guys down for real. Calisthenics in the stars, I'll get down real nice. So run up through them spots, no nigga, but that's past tense. I've been tapping all them cars, but there's no need to praise that shit. Since I got my wings back, I know they can't look down on me. What what they gotta say. I'm next, so stay up in your lane. They only do it for the fame, and some be lame. I'm not racing, but I'm in first place. Trying to be around now. Where was you when I was down? When I was busting dice at the
Appreciate
stage,
you,
my
star.
guys, we gotta raise the stakes. Now I'm coming on these beats with me. Want me to follow up real clean? 48-hour fast on the phone with high vibrations only. We only keep
Send it out. All the friends, all the real ones. Make sure they tap into this live right now. YouTube, Rumble. Appreciate you guys tapping in. And know it comes from within, G.
Gotta move swift, gotta move steady, man, that's on me. Just up off the flight, told baby you can wait in the lobby.
As a kid, this is new denim tears on me. Angels, I'm not a proof, and no, there's nothing you can do to stop me. Why would I wife her? She let a bro hit too.
And I wouldn't have to speak on it if you weren't so stuck up, fool. There's no peace trees.
Big twins.
But I'ma keep it cool too.
Arguing over a bitch.
Nigga, who you think I look like, fool?
A Sunday council, you really move how you move. And I was loose, I let Lilith get him from me, fool. Crew the team, fuck with me, I'm bound up in your dreams.
At times when we know harm, just want you see it in the day.
Y'all the funky? Yeah, I've heard of him.
I know they can't look down on me.
I've heard of him for sure.
Next, let's stay up in your lane. They only do it for the fame, and some be lame. I'm not racing, but I'm in first place.
We brought the new deck out, Chad.
Where was you when I was down? When I was busting dice at the stakes, my guys, we gotta raise the stakes now. I'm coming on these beats with me. Want me to follow up real clean? 48-hour fast on the phone with high vibrations only.
Chad.
They only do it for the fame,
Full moon right now, let's go.
Trying to be around now. Where was you when I was down? When I was busting dice at the stakes, my guys, we gotta raise the stakes now. I'm coming on these beats with me. Want me to follow up real clean? 48-hour fast on the phone with high vibrations only.
Real shit. Real shit. Full moon is here. Shit, we ain't playing. I can feel the energy already. I feel the energy already. We ain't playing. We early. We have to come on this. We have to come on this reading early. We have to deliver the energy early. But listen, I'm feeling it. Y'all gonna feel it even more. Listen, all the fixed signs and the Leos. One thing I'm gonna say: YouTube, Rumble, IG. Shout out to all y'all. One thing I gotta say before we even get into it. Full moon is in your sign this Saturday. Leo, sun, moon, rising. It's extremely important. All right. Before we get into anything in terms of the cards. Personal readings, 50 and above. PayPal, Skywalker Records. Put your name in here, and I'll write it down, and I'll reach out to you afterwards. For personals, chat. For personals, okay? Wait a second. Wait a second. Okay, perfect. So yeah, for one, all my Leo risings, it's on your head. So you know what I mean. So it's gonna be first house. If you don't know what house system you have Leo in, make sure you know what house system you have Leo in. You need a natal chart reading, you need a breakdown. Then let me know. We gonna give you a breakdown. Miss Celeste, okay, we got a couple requests. What's the requests looking like? All right, let's tap you in. Let's tap you in. We got some requests, chat. Before we get into the cards, let's see what the chat's looking like. What's up? What y'all saying? Y'all in the chat or what? Nah, she ain't here, bro. Oh wait. What's up? How you doing? Let me know if you can hear me. Shit, Chad, I'm sorry. We can't take that long. I'm sorry. You gotta be ready, Chad. But send another request soon. Send another request soon. Moon opinion. Maga Moon. Hey, what's up, Fab? What's up, Fabin? Appreciate you guys. Yeah, personal chart breakdown start at 50 and above. You guys want a personal breakdown? Let me know. Make sure to write you down on paper. You'll be reached out towards afterwards. We gonna pin Jay. What's up? Let me know if you can hear me, Jay. Let me know if you can hear me. Maybe it's my audio. Nah, I don't think so. I don't think so, bruh. I don't think so. I don't think so. Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm a nice guy. I'll bring you guys up, but like, y'all gotta be ready, chat. Y'all gotta be ready. Miz. Miz. Y'all gotta be ready, that's all. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, shout out to y'all. I will definitely check it out, Matt. I appreciate the recommendation. Let me, Delton 3030. I'm actually gonna screenshot that. Appreciate you. I have that noted. Thanks for the recommendation, bro. Alright, we cool. We caught up. We caught up. Personal breakdowns chat, 50 and above. PayPal, link in bio. Make sure y'all go over. The email is open. If you guys do send personal readings, we'll break it down on the live. So any personal readings get broken down on the live. You guys head over to Beacons. Well, you just go on the actual Leo, like this page. Go to the link in bio and you'll see the donation. Send 50 for your reading, and we'll get into it. The email is open. We will see any request that comes through, chat. For anyone that's here at the end of the reading, birthdays that we do see here that that remain at the end of the readings, we will break down some numerology. We'll give you guys a numerology breakdown, some energetic signatures surrounding your birthday. Besides that, that's it, chat. That's the best we can do. Our time and energy is also extremely important. So we're going to get into a little bit of a business and career reading for you guys, Leo, my Leo collective. We're not going to be just looking at business and career. We're going to be looking at a little bit of love and relations. Remember that these are holistic life readings. So take what resonates, leave what doesn't. They're also collective. So like I said, take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Holistic life readings can pinpoint not just business and career, but also love and relationships. MDH said, bro, you barely have 2 questions to answer them. No, nigga. Who are you? You're on my live. Get off. What's wrong with you? Talking about bruh. Don't do that. Don't do that. Your first time in my live. You had never been here before. I don't need to answer your questions. Donate. Simple. This isn't a charity, brother. As I said, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. This is a collective reading. Alright, let's see what we got. Y'all over here telling the readers what to do as if y'all is providing information. No, that's not how it works, chat. Correct. Mutual exchange. So you're not gonna get a reading. You're not gonna get a reading for free, brother. It's that simple. It's that simple. If that is hard to understand, then you just keep on pushing, bro. Like, you can tap in with another reader. I don't know what you think this is. I'm running a business. Exactly. Like, can you respect the business? Matthew, anyone on here not understand? Like, what? You know what I mean? It's simple as that. Do this for a living. This is not for fun. I provide information I can provide for y'all, which I said I'll do at the end. But y'all, you don't tell me what to do and when to read it. It's not how it works. Appreciate you, Matt. You want a question answered, do your own research. You know what I'm saying? That's cool. But you don't tell a reader what to do, brother. I can see your comments. Don't think I don't. I choose to answer what I choose to read. So I'm going to pull some cards for the Leo collective. You know what I'm trying to say? You know what I'm trying to say, Matt? Thank you. You know what I mean? It's not just about nothing. Ace of Wands, 5 of Cups. We have some similar energies though. We just did the Sag reading. We got some similar energies. And we're also live on YouTube and Rumble, so y'all make sure to tap in over there. This is you're watching on IG. You're watching exactly. So like you gotta, you know what I'm saying? That's it. You can't be asking questions and things like that and expecting your answers to get replied to. It's not how things really work. It's not how business gets conducted, you know what I'm saying? And I respect y'all. I can tell by your name you from India. That's why it's like you didn't even have to say that. I would have done it for you if you didn't come at me like like that. Because I've said it multiple times. If you were on this live, not just this one, but if you were on my live before, you would know. Like, I fuck with y'all from India, and I understand the dollar difference. I've spoken on it before. If you were here before, you would know that. that I'm actually very open to people in other countries where the dollar isn't the same. I'm extremely respected and respectable to that because I work with artists who are not from the U.S. and Canada, so I understand how it is. The dollar is not the same, and I understand how it is. And this page has a lot of people from overseas, East and West. Be kind, be respectful. You get more, right? You gonna come here and tell me what that's not how it works. You know what I mean? Like, if you was here, you would know. If you was here, you would know how I am. And I'm a very I'm a type of guy that over deliver for sure. I appreciate you. I appreciate you, brother. You know what I mean, Matt? You know what I mean? So this is just what we doing. I'm seeing some similar energies, which is crazy from the Sag reading. Y'all both fire signs and stuff like that, but I'm trying to shake it up a little bit. So give me some time with this. Give me some time with this shuffle. Like, I've been shuffling, and like, oh, I'm seeing similar energies. So, you know, which makes sense. You guys are trying. You guys are fellow fire signs. So let's shake it up a little bit and see what the hell what you can expect. All right. I think you said you had a Libra rising. Libra's be getting on my nerves. Oh, please. I think someone had Libra energy in their chart, which is cool. Drop skeezy. I rock with the name, nah. I rock with the name. Leo, August Leo W. W chat. Look, we see your energy right here, strength. It's a good time to stop. All right. So we're gonna do a split right here and see the energies coming through. Strength card at the bottom. You know, we're gonna get into some personal things right when this is done. This shouldn't take too long. After we do the collective spread, we'll get into some personal requests, some birthdays, and we can do some breakdowns. Do some numerology breakdowns. If you guys want full astrological breakdowns, that will cost you 100%. Okay. This is looking good though. I like this because this is like we've made a shift in energy. Okay, it's diversified here. If y'all can see the spread, y'all would understand. For those who can see the spread on YouTube and Rumble, this is diversified from what we've seen from Sagittarius, which I like. Which I like. $12.08. Good day, good day. Last year was tough, gang. Yeah, hundo. Depending on the year it was the year of the snake, brother. So, like, at the end of the day, for y'all, you know, year of the snake, Chinese astrology and things like that, year of the snake is obviously a year of transformation. It's a year of fight. It's a year that, you know, you're going to go through certain experiences and things like that. It's similar to, you know, a little bit of Scorpio energy, a lot of rebirth, a lot of death and things like that, a lot of learning, higher wisdom. You know, you got to find the meaning and reasoning in certain things. Like, snake, year of the snake going to do that to you, for sure. That's collectively we experiencing that. It wasn't a good... Like, I'm not gonna say it's like if you're a certain sign, you're gonna experience it good, but Yella, appreciate you. But you know, necessarily it don't really be like that. Like, a lot of times going through transformations and uncomfortable situations isn't something that we all go, like, isn't something that we sit too comfortably with. It's always uncomfortable for all of us, you know what I mean? So, like, naturally it's an uncomfortable year for the collective for sure. And then 225 was a 9 year, so the 9 year numerology is not really the best for us, but this year should be, but 2026 should be better. Sorry if my words felt wrong. Didn't mean to. I appreciate you, bro, from the bottom of my heart. Like, I'm just bottom of my heart. Still going till February. Yo, my brother, I know. Oh my goodness. My brother, I know, man. I'm counting the days, gang. I'm counting the days. Like, I'm looking at it like, yeah, yep, I'm getting there, 100%. First card we got coming out, chat. King of Pentacles. You know what I'm saying? This is in the past. Green energy is interesting. There's a lot of earth energy coming through here, Leo. There's a lot of earth energy coming through here. And Pentacles is just screaming. Like Pentacles is screaming heavy through this reading. something is fucking up or fucking with your foundation in some way, shape, or form. What is it? Like, you've went from this position here, the King of Pentacles, understanding where you're at, understanding what can develop a strong foundation, and you're like, all right, cool. You move forward with that. In your current energy, the Six of Pentacles, you're trying to cultivate a level of balance. You're like, all right, what can we do to balance that up? You know, we understand the position and things like that. We understand how to move forward, but how can we create that balance? You know what I mean? We need the give and the take, okay? Because there's people who've been taken when you've been given, and it's not mutual. That balance is like, you know, you're really focused on the rigidity of that. You know, if it's not mutual, I don't want to participate in it. People are coming to you based upon your foundation to give you some open hands and things like that. Like, yo, let me catch some of those coins. Yo, what? But not real shit. I know. Shout out to Solo. Y'all go follow Solo Map, 100%, brother. So yeah, Six of Pentacles is like, you know, people, your foundation also are other people's foundation. Like, the Six of Pentacles is the Six energy is very, like people get stability from your stability that you provide, whatever that is in some way, shape, or form. Okay? It could even be in your ways of thinking and practical thinking. Like, it's not even about resources, maybe finances and a job. Like, maybe you could have given someone a job based upon the position you were in at that job, right? This is how this energy kind of plays out. It's like you are able to do the favor for someone else. But wait, that's a good thing. You know what I mean? I think this is like you understanding that you want others to win as well. I think this position was a position in the past, or like something that you've been involved in for a long time. Okay, that's why you're in this position of the king, to make the decision and to be able to bring someone in or bring someone out, to be like, you know what, I could help this person here. I've been stable. Let me lend a hand. Let me lend a coin. Let me lend some thoughts. Let me lend some form of communication so that they have a better sense of understanding. Right? Those were extremely important within your environment. The Eight of Wands. Hidden influences. Hidden influences is interesting, because the Eight of Wands in this position is something happening quick, right? Fast action towards your foundation. This could be even something coming in for you. Like, I think this, oh my gosh, this is crazy. Share as a reel, done. No way. That's crazy. Full moon reading. Full moon reading. Ugh, chat. The energy is strong, I'm telling you. Ugh, the energy is strong. Energy is strong, chat. Energy is strong. See, YouTube and Rumble, this is why y'all can be cool. We're gonna keep pushing through, but our YouTube on the IG had crashed. So to keep this shit moving, there's something coming in for those who are on YouTube and Rumble that didn't experience the crash that just happened. for those on the other platforms who didn't just experience the IG crash that just happened, we appreciate you guys. We have a request coming in. Yeah, no worries. We had a crash over here on IG. Let's see what's up, Miss Celeste. I believe that's how you pronounce your name. Oh, never mind. Miss Ella's dream. Okay. Yeah, so shout out to Rumble fam and YouTube. That we're live on there. So Instagram wants to crash on us and all kinds of things. Yeah. This platform, man, you know what I'm saying? I only do so much. Yeah, we have the request coming through, but maybe not. Hi from Melbourne, Australia. Nice to meet you. Anyways, we're gonna continue breaking down the energies that we're seeing here. That way we can re-upload the full reading, chat. So we spoke for IG, for people who are just joining late on Instagram. Okay, we started with the King of Pentacles, the position within your career. Okay, remember that these are holistic life readings, collective, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. But this position, in some way, shape, or form within your career, that develops some sort of stability for yourself. You're able to move forward and actually give another hand, give a helping hand, right? Give a helping hand to people, places, and things that you wanted to give grant support to, right? This is you saying, you know what? I see that I have a foundation. Let me help another, right? Which is cool. Nice to meet you. I appreciate you. And you see the hidden influence. You see, the hidden influence is interesting because we have the Eight of Wands. Foundation. Okay? Root chakra energy. Action-oriented energy. Fire. The hidden influence is interesting because you want to do something quick. There's something that you want to come in quickly here. It's moving fast, or something that needs to be moved, that needs to get done quick. As we continue moving through this reading, we're going to see what this quickness is and what you're moving towards. There's a cycle of action that's either caused the foundation for you to even be able to give and receive than anything else. Okay? But I think there's like a missing thing. Because I'm doing this reading right now, chat, but there's something, appreciate you, MD. But there's something here that's not connecting right now. But what I'm seeing is the eight of wands. This is what I just caught it. I'm saying that because I just caught it. The Eight of Wands is your action. You know the action that you do and what actions that led to this solid foundation to allow you to be able to give and take, right? To give an opportunity to someone else to be like, you know what, I'm in this position. Let me do this for you. But the hidden influence that got you there was a set of actions that took a long time to get you there. It took patience. This is not something that happened quickly for you. You know what I mean? You spent time within your environment and within your local locality where you live and things like that to go to the work, to get the work done. You know what I mean? This is doing the commute every day and things like that. This is doing the foundation work, the boring work that people don't see. But when you reap the reward, they're trying to reap the rewards as well. But to you right now, it's like something's not sitting the best with you in terms of that. The rewards people reap from you based upon the work they didn't put in, right? You see, Leo, this full moon is approaching on Saturday, and there may be an energetic cord you have to cut, okay? Remember that the full moon deals with release, shedding, letting go. For those who are Leo risings, it's directly on your identity, okay? It's your first house, who you are. You are shedding an old form of identity and an old form of how people appear to see you, how you are and how you show up to other people. For the Leo suns, this is likely dealing with your career, okay? This career and how you show up towards your work and the things that you want to uphold in your life. People don't understand that for the Leo suns, you've cultivated this career based upon a level of action that actually took some time. But the time it took for you to get through the action is what cultivated the resources. You know what I mean? So that's an interesting thing. Page. Next we have the page. The page is coming through right here. The page is coming through. Rihan said, just an opinion, stay away from Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising. Page of Swords in the middle, okay? And this is funny because this is obstacles to overcome. And this is air energy. Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising. This is air, and the air energy is the only thing that's in the middle, which is obstacles to overcome. This is the challenging thing, the air energy. So it's funny that Rohan mentions that in the chat, and it's a current the air energy is the current obstacle for you guys. So remember that there's no such thing as a coincidence. It's all synchronicity and correspondence. And the Page of Swords, that obstacle to overcome, deals with people coming in. Right? The page is a younger figure, someone coming in to try to give you an idea or some sort of communication. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Sun, Sun, Moon, Rising, etc. But this could be somewhat one of them coming into your foundation or your workplace or your situation, and if they're like recommending ideas or putting ideas in your head, or or recommending something like that. You know what I mean? This is an obstacle to overcome because it's like people are coming towards you with some information or some communication, and you don't like it. It's making you express yourself in ways that's not the best, like or ways you notice from them is not the nicest. You're not being as receptacle to that information as you would. So however they're approaching you with some sort of information and communication, it's not really in your favor. It's not really in your favor. It's not sitting the nicest with you in some way, shape, or form. Maybe the CEO of Toxic. Yo. I know, it's be funny. People try to talk about Scorpio. But yeah, and then we have the Magician, others' perspectives. So they know the power that you have. This is crazy. This is crazy. YouTube, Rumble, IG. They know the power that you have, Leo, because you have the ability to be like, okay, should I allow them to be involved, or should I not? The Magician is a very interesting energy. Because there's something within you that people know you have. You don't joke, like, you know what I mean? Something's within you that that others know that you have, okay? There's a superpower and a gift that others know and others feel from you. You may not even feel this gift sometimes. You may not even realize why they're doing it for this gift specifically. You're like, why is it even important to them? But you don't realize, spiritually speaking, esoterically speaking, there's spirits that can be depleted in some way, shape, or form. And when spirits are depleted, like, the spirits either need to be fulfilled in some way, shape, or form, or they either depleted. So it's like, when spirits are depleted, they're gonna do what's required to allow their spirit to feel fulfilled, and that may even be putting themselves in a space to even get used and things like that until they realize it's not just about being used. They ain't got no value. So that's why people can end up being used as well. So you gotta be very mindful of of certain energies that you provide, that you have, that you embody. Because if they weren't trying to use you, then it would show you what you wouldn't. There's clearly something that you have to offer to them, and something that they lack within. And when you know people are using your energy for the sake of their own fulfillment, then you need to separate yourself. Okay? That's where you can say, listen, that's not what I need to be involved in. I don't need to be connected in that space. I don't need to be connected with those energies. The Seven of Wands. Seven of Pentacles, sorry. Seven of Pentacles and Four of Wands. Seven of Pentacles. See, so, to you, you're like, bro, why? It's Gemini, yeah, I know. Trump Gemini, yeah, that's for sure. If y'all didn't know, Trump is a Gemini. They gonna do what they need. They gonna do what they need to do. You know, every sign has their gifts and curses for sure. You look at them as toxic, they probably look at y'all as toxic. It's just that's how it is. They can make up something in their head as well why they don't like Leo. Or why it's just everyone has their own mind to do that. Remember that the Seven of Pentacles is an interesting period because it's a period of patience. You're not, in your mind, you're thinking, why would anyone want to use me in nefarious ways? Well, you don't realize that people aren't aware where they lack. That's number one. Okay, so people aren't aware of where they're depleted and where they need fulfillment at, so they'll do anything to get any sort of fulfillment. And that's just because of lack of self-awareness and due to distractions of the world. Okay, so for the most part, that's how it'll play out, more negative. But if you don't have the right people around you, I would choose not to be around certain individuals, because choosing to be around certain individuals will slow you down and deplete you on the percentage level than being alone would and figuring out yourself. The time that it takes to spend time around people that are slowing you down for you to realize and attract the right people in your life. If you were to spend that same time around the wrong people, by the time they're done with you and you separate from them, you won't even have energy to want to be around the right people. I'll tell you that right now. You only have so much esoteric currency in the tank. Don't let people, negative spirits, deplete it. And then now when you're ready to go do the good thing, you have no juice in the tank. You know what I'm saying? For my Leo moons out there, for y'all who have Leo sun and moons, y'all have a lot of energy. A lot of Leo moons have more than enough to give, but don't be giving and things like that, and you just depleting yourself. You're not receiving anything and things like that. As long as you're not getting depleted, whoever you can give to, then make sure it's mutual and you have a lot to give. But besides that, it still will deplete you, even though you're putting out. It'll lead to an exhausting of your energies. The Seven of Pentacles is a period of patience. There's a lot that you've set in stone for yourself, but you haven't reaped the harvest yet. That's okay. You're gonna come into a union, into a space of union, to where the harvest that you're looking to get. See, these two cards are interesting because you're waiting for something and you're building a foundation for something, right? How does one know if you are a Leo moon? Yeah, check your chart. So if you need a natal chart reading, full natal chart reading start at 50 and above. PayPal is in the link in bio. Oh, it's not right here. Well, I didn't pin it in this live because my last live got shut down, but it's in the link in bio of this live, of this channel, and this page. If you want a personal natal chart reading, let me know. I'll write you down, and we'll reach out to you afterwards. And then we'll be breaking down the full moon for you personally, how it'll affect you personally in your chart, where it'll be appearing in your life based upon your house system, and then we will also be going into the end of Aquarius season and the beginning of Pisces season for you as well, and probably a little bit of the new moon if you guys book a reading from this period of time, because we're in a good period of energy, to where a lot of the energies right now is around the full moon and others around the new moon. Yeah, that's real. That's real. That's real. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say though. 100%. I'm a very transparent dude. I'm not here to hide nothing. You know what I mean? That's that. You gotta know. You gotta know what you enjoy. Enjoy it. I'm a stunner. You know what I'm saying? But listen, on the percentage scale, a very active individual too. I like to say work hard, play hard. You know what I'm saying? After this, I'm about to go do a workout. So it's like I be working out. I be working out in all kinds of modes. Like for me, that don't slow me down. For some people it do though. But us lions, we can truck through shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, no, I'm pretty cool. Like right now is pretty mellow. I'm pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, we be cool. Cool. Make sure your glass clean out there. But yeah, chat. So there's a lot that you've been wanting to kind of wait for. I think that you've been building for in terms of this foundation. But this card right here is really interesting. Appreciate you, Matthew. This card right here is really interesting. My last live, YouTube is crashed. I don't know why on IG it crashed, but YouTube Rumble is still going strong. So shout out to y'all. We still breaking down these energies. Y'all have the Seven of Pentacles and then the Four of Wands, which is extremely interesting because Seven of Pentacles is like, you know what? I've built the foundation. I'm just waiting for this thing to harvest. And I think for you, you have in mind, like, if not family, like, a union and a celebration. I think it's like, for you, it's not like you may, like, for those who are in a relationship, you may want, like, okay, let's get to the next level. Like, okay, let's be established. Let's establish a family. Let's establish a union. Let me put the ring on it. You know what I mean? Things like that. I'm not trying to disclose any surprises, but but yeah, you know what I mean. Like, this could be like, okay, I want to set it up because I want this thing to work out in the best manner. You know, I want to have the you know, hey, you want to have my little pets, cats, dogs, things like that with my person. You know, the Four of Wands is a very celebratory energy. So for those in a relationship, this can often mean, this is like the we like to, us readers like to say, it's the marriage card in tarot. For those who aren't getting married and are single out there, the marriage card here is a representation of union. It's a joining of both sides, right? And it's also the foundation of a strong family foundation, stronger structure within family. This could be immediate family, you know, non-immediate family, etc. It doesn't have to be directly related to your relationships, like, you know, male female relationships, etc. But it could be you know, one-to-one family and things like that, cousins, aunts, uncles, siblings. And you could be focusing on just kind of getting that structure a little bit more. And even you could be a person that is setting, it's like you're trying to set things up for your family. There's a really big it's like it could even be a future thought, but there's like a lot that you're building for your future self, which is cool. I kind of like this idea. I kind of like this. I have a family. Let's see. Matthew on YouTube says a shift of energy in the relationship, taking it to the next level. Agreements, right? So like, that's I'm glad you resonate, because that's what I'm seeing right now. The 7, and I'm glad Matt, shout out to YouTube. I'm glad Matt, you said the 7 on the 7 of Pentacles, and you said agreements, because the 7 in numerology and astrology, remember that the 7 is directly related to Libra, which homie on IG has been mentioning Libra energy. And it deals with diplomacy, it deals with agreements, it deals with conversation, and it also deals with contracts, right? So like, for those, because I have other people within, you know, political power, and other people within higher positions and things like that, celebrity positions. If you're if you're thinking about stepping into relationships, keep in mind contracts and things like that, and how you deal with people and businesses and business partnerships moving forward, for my Leos out there that are in certain positions within business and within politics. Paperwork is extremely important to set the foundation in that regard, okay? So that's going to be a message to y'all. Besides that, your formulation, forms of diplomacy, and your forms of healthy communication with your partner is extremely important, or with your business partner is extremely important, because this is what's going to cultivate a strong foundation, okay? And you have the ability to do it, because people are looking at you like you have the ball in your court with the Magician energy. The Magician energy, people are like, all right, he has what it takes. He has what it takes. You just got to know you have what it takes, though, that's for sure. But there's a lot of green here too. So like, your foundation and your money is something that's very, very prominent right now. You may be privy to new information about money as well. Deals, contracts as well, with the 7 of Pentacles. New forms of investment and things like that. And that's going to lead to this outcome card of the celebration. The joining and the union of self, the integration of different parts of yourself, okay? That marriage is understanding where you were before and where you wish to be now. The actions you did that led up to this outcome, to reap this harvest. That is something that needs to be integrated. From the 8 and the 4, those are very important. Those are very important numbers in here, okay? Because the 8 is something that you're spending a lot of time in very quickly to make this happen. Like, you know, a lot of times a cycle here. But you're in this cycle to develop a foundation, to slow down a little bit, be more patient, not to be more patient, but to be more caring, to develop a real home, a caring home. That Cancerian energy is extremely important, okay? Extremely important. More love and more money for you. I appreciate you, bro. I no homo, no. I'm good. I'm cool. A lot of people be like, "Yo, pause." I don't even think like a lot of people, bro. That's one thing. Like for me, I don't think like a lot of people. You gonna realize it eventually too. Like people be coming around me, I be saying shit like I be making smoothies and bananas, and niggas be my homies be like, "Yo," I'm like, bro, I'm just making a fucking. I can't even talk around them sometimes. So I know how it be. I know how it be. We're gonna do some requests after this reading is done, chat. So if you guys are still here, we'll do a request. We'll do some Q&As. Been drawing the Magician the last few days. That's crazy, and it's right in your energy of it's your fifth card. So it's a position of others' perspectives, and this is how other people are looking at you. You have to realize how other people see you sometimes. Like sometimes we downplay ourselves based upon whatever else. You know what I mean? And it's like and it's hard to see our own potential a lot of times. So we have to be like, all right, I know what I've been doing. I know how far I've come. There's a reason. Like if people are trying to deplete you and take away from you, you have to know why. Like there's a reason, because there's a lot of energy you bring to the table. So if you bring a lot to the table, what are you doing for yourself at your own table though? That's what I think the 4 has to deal with, because the 4 is a proper foundation, a strong foundation, solid earth energy. The 8 is like has you in this cycle of just action, and you have no like place to situate. So right now within your environment, within locality and things like that, you don't feel at home. But you're in this cycle of action of how to create and cultivate a home. This is getting clearer now. This page is interesting. There's something coming in, some information. There's a young, I don't know what this is. It could be a younger figure. It could be some sort of communication to you. That may help you either separate from something or have a discussion. But the discussion that you have with this younger figure, possibly a younger figure, could be a younger figure or a new information that you just became privy to over the the next coming few days and things like that. Today or in the next 4 or 5 days till Tuesday. They're helping you realize something and this realization is going to allow you to communicate something. This communication is what's going to separate you from something, because the sword is in your hand, but the sword is coming from the perspective of someone else. The sword is not necessarily coming from you, it's coming from someone else that may support you, that you know of, maybe younger, but male or female, but it's going to help you gain the clarity to be like, oh shit, maybe maybe trigger a conversation either with this person, or you having a conversation with this person that triggers another conversation that needed to be had. So you are going to talk to someone that you're more comfortable with to gauge you to be more ready for you to communicate something. Because there's something that you want to communicate. You know what I mean? There's something that is on your but it's like you don't have the clarity to communicate something. You know what I mean? When your mind's right, it's hard to say things. It's hard to articulate. Big ideas. I have invested time and money in over the last decade. Yeah, for sure. A medium. Oh, that's crazy. A medium friend of mine. That's wild. So shout out to Matt, who's resonating heavy with this reading right now. It's just in our own nature of yeah, for sure. That literally MDH hundo. So shout out to everyone in the chats. So this is a very interesting thing. So you guys, like I say, as a reader, you guys will know in your own lives where and when these people will show up. Remember, this portal is open over the next 5 days. So from today onwards till Tuesday, you're going to be seeing this energy. The moon peaks on Saturday. Look out for someone coming in to provide information that day or around this time that may gear you to have a conversation that's usually tough for you. Like this obstacle to overcome is you communicating a tough thing. But you're going to get information from someone to help you communicate the thing that's tough to communicate. To be like, okay, I got some help. I can do it this way. That's what I'm trying to say. So you're like, you know what? that's a real friend. That's like, or you may have a real friend that's actually coming there to be like, fam, like, you know, do it like this, or maybe you can try it like this, or you know what I mean, or it's just talking to you about it, and that gives you the aha moment to then say, shit, okay, fuck, I need to have this communication. I need to have this conversation. This conversation with this person needs to be had, or whatever the case may be. All right. When you have this conversation, this is what's going to allow you to either separate from this person. That's what's going to put the sword in your hand, because the sword came from him. So it's like esoterically, the person's information came through, and that you collecting that information put the sword in your hand esoterically, and now you caught it. And now that you caught the sword, you're like, oh, I seen it in the realm. Let me catch it right there, bring it down, and then shing. And then with your throat chakra, you're communicating, and that communication with the throat chakra is slicing shit. And that may cut a cord, because the full moon gives a release. It may cut a cord. It may end a friendship. It may cut a relationship, whatever it may be. This sword gonna be in your hand, and that's gonna be one thing I'm gonna say is be mindful of your words, because the full moon in your sign, your words are gonna cut like fucking, mind my French. Your words are gonna cut people, and it ain't gonna play. So what you say around this time to this person, or maybe multiple people, depending on whatever you're dealing with right now, whatever you say, based upon the information you were privy to before, they prep you up to be like, oh, I know exactly what I'm gonna say. Yo, say I know exactly what I'm gonna say, because you were privy to some information, and what your words is the sword. That is the esoteric, you know what I'm saying, the esoteric sword. So that is the flaming sword of you, of your tongue, Leo. So that right there is gonna be interesting, and whatever you say to communicate to someone is what's going to cut it off, what's going to end it, what's going to cause something new, what's going to bring something good in, etc. That's what happens. Just try not for it to play out as an extreme full moon scenario. Like, the full moon's going to be in your sign, so when you say something, people may get emotional, and Leo's an emotional sign. People, you know your energy better than anyone else, so if Leo's emotional, and if Leo's an emotional sign, a feeler, right, and the full moon is in your sign, you have to know yourself, catch your energy. So but when you express yourself, people aren't going to know how to receive it, because it's like, yo, this is a little hot. So the full moon scenario may play out on you from them. So like, you're highlighted. You're the highlight of why they're blowing up in some way, shape, or form. But you are the trigger to what blows them up, because they're not familiar to that energy. So when they start to go all crazy, you're like, yo, these guys are cooked. You know what I mean? You're like, what the hell? You know what I mean? You're like, these guys, yeah. So it gets all chaotic if people don't know themselves, and that's what we're gonna see. You're gonna see the ones who aren't spiritually aware over the weekend crashing out, because Leo is dramatic. It's drama. And people are gonna say certain things and do certain things that they probably didn't mean, and things like that. And then y'all Leos, remember, are gonna be the example. So people are gonna be looking at Leo as the example of what to do and what not to do. Chat. You're the catalyst, right? So it's gonna be an important time to be like, all right, which decision should I make? Because they're gonna be looking at you as the example and as the leader. Okay. And that really goes for a lot of the fixed signs. You guys are extremely illuminated right now. So it is a time to go slow. It is a time to take it easy, because you will see a lot of there'll be a lot of heat, and if you can maintain your heat when things get hot, you'll know how to mend the heat, because you're used to it. And then you're gonna remember what I'm saying right now, like, oh, I remember exactly what this guy said, bro. That's crazy. And then you're gonna be like, you know what? Let me just sit back and relax and protect my peace. And that's when your ass gonna be like, listen, bruh, I'm cool. Yo. That's when y'all be like, I'm cool. See? I said that thing, and when me saying that and communicating that and being honest with myself, triggered this thing. And the fact that me speaking my truth triggered someone's crazy outburst of actions, it shows their own intentions and what they're focused on. Repeat. Let me repeat. The fact that you can chill and understand your own actions, it shows you, and people can get triggered by what you say to them and what you communicate, and people get angry at your truth. It shows you their intentions. Okay? It shows you their intentions. Yeah, our energy is through the roof. It is. And right now, chat, like, we're going into the Friday. This Jupiter day, this Thursday, we're going into the Friday, the Venus day. It is here. The energy is here. I'm feeling it. Y'all are feeling it. I know y'all are feeling it, chat. It's going to be prominent today. It's going to be prominent Saturday. Saturday, Sunday, oh my goodness. Watch that heat. And watch for people expressing themselves in ways that are like, yo, that person's moving kind of crazy. That person, like, how that person say that? And like I said, when people act certain ways, that's what's going to allow you to speak your truth. Because you're going to see the actions of certain people that's like weirdly setting the stage for drama. Weirdly setting the stage for like weird situations. And that's where you're going to be like, yo, I don't really, this is that separation. This is where the communication comes in. Like, this is not something that you like. You know what I'm saying? But and when you separate, that's why people are going to look at you as a magician. Because it's like you had the ability to pull yourself out of a situation. You said you had the awareness to look at it from the outside in and say, yo, this is cooked. Soup. Triple Leo, and this is spot on. Dubs in the chat. Hair by Kelly. Appreciate you. I know you're over there doing real good hair and things like that. Shout out to you. If you're doing hair, need bulk supplies and like hair and things like that, hair supplies, goods, creams, all that. You looking for like bulk, like wholesale? DM this page. I got you. I'll beat any prices. I promise you. I'll beat any prices. 100% no lie. And these idiots think they fool us, drag us around, right? But these morons mistake our guidance for weakness until the lion comes out and attack back. Exactly. So we are living the same life, Leos. Yeah, MDH, not for sure. It's funny. I feel like I'm listening to myself. I'm Leo to the core. Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, it's just a reminder. Everything I like to tell people. You know, it ain't observer to observer. Yup, it's nothing. You know, I like to say I do teach, but I ain't really a teacher. I'm just reminding you of what you already know. That's all. You know, the world just makes us forget what we already know. That's it. That's why there's a lot of distractions meant to take you away from what you're supposed to be focused on. That's it. Appreciate you. Thank you. I will. Want to start dropping, shipping my faves. Yeah. Okay. Perfect. Drop ship. Okay. Perfect. That'll be cool. Yeah. To be honest, that'll be sick. I think like yeah. DM me. Hair by Kelly. Because I've been in the dropshipping space for a bit, but I can actually do that for you as your supplier. That's actually crazy. That's a good little business model. I'm not gonna lie to you. Tap in. Anyways, chat. This is like overall an interesting time. You know what I mean? I think there's a lot that you've set in stone. Like, and then one thing you got to do, best path to walk. We have this card, Seven of Pentacles. I think it's like you have to understand this. It's a more masculine energy, right? But the Seven of Pentacles, it's less Libra. It's less like going and getting involved with people just for the sake of getting involved. Right? Libra energy, they always have to learn. It's funny because someone asked about Libra. Libra energy always has to learn to withdraw themselves from people, to learn to be alone, because they always go through things with relationships. That's Libra, 7th house, relationships, house of relations, right? So you have to remember, like, for yourself, you can't build a foundation for yourself while you're worried about your relations. Because you're going to be building it for the sake of your relations, but are your relations in your favor? So you have to ask yourself these questions, like, listen, if I want to build this thing, am I building it? Who am I building it for? Who am I living for? If these people are influencing how I act, then am I building for me or am I building for them? And this, what you have to realize, you have to watch out, because if people understand you have this magician energy, your superpower, they're gonna try to use you to build their life. Like, people don't realize that every time you walk outside your house, it's witchcraft. You walking into a spell, and you are getting influenced by people, places, and things and energies that you are unaware of. That's the same thing what people do to you on a smaller scale, because they know the energy that you have. Just like when you wake up and you go outside, you go to your work, you go to your 9 to 5, etc., and you step into that environment. What can you say? You go, man, this ain't it. See that person? He always looking at me the weird. See that guy? He always talking behind my back. You see this bitch? She always saying some shit, running her mouth, bro. You know what I mean? So as soon as you leave your house, you already thinking why you don't want to go there, or why you don't want to be in the space. You thinking all these negative thoughts. Now your mind is racing, going esoteric currency, going towards what? The external world and things, people, places, and things that built the external world, right? That is, and I'm not no spiritual hater. They built the external world beautiful, cool. You know what I mean? They have a lot of things, but there's also a lot of things that can take away our energy. So when you go into the world and things like that, and you feel distresses and things like that, you're building someone else's vision. So every time you go, the depletion you feel you only feel depleted because it's not your vision. So it's going to them. It's how magic works. And this is reminding you that. Okay? We speak spells every day. Yup. Be in the state of focused detachment. Hey, Matt, you tapped in. Let me see, chat. Shout out to y'all supporting each other. My ex is a psycho Sag. Yeah, that can be bad. Everyone has their lower octave. My ex is a psycho Sagittarius and has half my closet. Oh my goodness, refuses to give it back to me. Oh my goodness. On top of, reminds me of one of where's Venus's. On top of putting an app on my phone for child mode. Talk about crazy. Yeah. GG. I've seen the dark sides of Sag for sure. Me too as well. You know what I mean? But you see, the thing about Sag, it's the godly signature. And when we say that, I know we're all like, man. But you got to think about it this way. Let me break it down. Jupiter, right? And we just did the Sagittarius. I just did the Sagittarius reading before I came here. But Jupiter, remember that Jupiter is, Sagittarius, the planetary ruler of Sagittarius. And Jupiter is the godly, we call it, to say, the godly signature. It's the energy of meaning and reasoning. Why? Right? Which is important. You have to have that. And the thing is, with Sag on the negative polarity, they don't understand the will of God. So they will do things and justify it and make sense out of it in their own mind. You see that? You see when as spirits in a body, we incarnated here in the image of God. We have the ability to what did he say? What did they say in the Bible? An Adam and an Eve, using an Eve to conquer an Adam. This is using an emotion to justify a thought. This is real esoteric. You won't hear this anywhere else, but I'm just saying it to let you guys know that this is what happens internally. So when you're looking at the Bible and things like that, these are esoteric internal natures that we go through all the time. All these stories and that are written. That's why it's the greatest book ever, the greatest story ever told, because these are stories that we're still going through to this day internally. The thing is, they depict it to make it they made it exoteric instead of esoteric for you guys to understand it. So they put it in allegoric terms. But I say that to say, Sag, back to Sag, coming full circle, Sag will utilize their mind, their Adam, to justify a feeling, their Eve. And they'll do it out of the sake of God, for the sake of God. Oh, I made my own reason. I did it because of this. I did it because of that. Finding their own reasoning behind it. But it's also kind of nefarious to justify things. To justify a thought, to justify an emotion using a thought. So that's the thing. So people will justify how they feel using their mind, because we have the mind is a magical tool. We have that ability. So people will make things up in their head, like, see, no, I'm gonna do it because of this. No, bro, like that has nothing to do with nothing. And that's what a Sag is happening in their head. That's what you don't know. That's what's happening internally. Let's see. Libras will leave you the second you go. My brother said a Libra will leave you the second you go broke. I'm crying. Yo, that was hilarious. All Libra care about is money and beauty. Yeah, that's a big thing. Remember, it's Venus, pleasure. Taurus has that same aspect, but with them, unless instead of the beauty, it's the material. So it's like money and like the material aspect and things like that. But because they're both ruled by Venus. That's what. But yeah, that's like their lower side, their lower octaves. You know, their higher octave. You know, Taurus, Libra. You know, is nice. That's for all the signs, of course. But majority is not. Majority is not like that. That's why I literally ran out the damn door and back to my mom's house. Yeah, go back to mom's. 100%. Fuck that. You don't gotta put yourself in a space. Remember that your spirit gonna know. Every time you put your spirit in a space, that is remember that your spirit is your space. That's the best way I can articulate what a spirit is to you. Your space. Every time you go into a different room with someone in there, you like even without them, what do you feel? Their energy. Why? Because that's their spirit. Their spirit lingering within that space, which is how rooms. See, like I'm gonna get deep, but this is how rooms and things like that are get haunted and things like that and things. You know, we can get into haunted houses and all kinds of stuff. But this is how spirits end up lingering and things like that in certain locations because they're bound to certain spaces based upon certain thoughts and feelings that accumulated in certain spaces and their spirit being bound to certain objects. That's a whole different live though. I'm not even going to get into that. I can get deep, but that's a whole different live. Genuine, I think he was a demon side of him. Yeah, that can happen. You know, and they get too low octave. People can do that. When you lower your frequency to a certain extent, you then open your vessel up to certain entities, and it can get dark. And that goes for all signs. And then you play out your lower natures in every way, shape, or form. And that's what a demon is, a desire getting played out as a nature. You're now a demon. But I don't want to get too deep. I know I'm dropping gems. This life I'm dropping gems. I'm not going to lie to you. But that's the full moon. Y'all can't miss full moon lives. Full moon, new moon lives, you cannot miss. Like, it's a must. The energy is too clear. It's too bold. It's crazy. In the state of focus attachment. What about Taurus? Yeah, Taurus is dope. You know, Taurus is gonna feel it as well right now. You know, like I said, all the signs are gonna all the fixed signs are gonna feel it extremely right now. Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, and Aquarius. 100%. It's on the ass. It's on the ass. Don't think they're getting a break. They're not. Don't think getting a break. If you want to understand the divine power of the Bible and the Word farther, read Neville Goddard books. Listen to his lectures. Hey Matt, guess what? I do. And you're talking to a real adeptus. I know all these people, but for sure, I appreciate that. And I love the recommendation. I'm glad you're tapped in, and I'm glad that's a W recommendation. Shout out to Neville for sure. I recently tapped into. Speaking of Neville, I'm going to touch on a story, Matthew. You might know him, but I know someone who is supposedly his his grandson, Elmer O'Locker Jr. I believe is his YouTube page. And he used to do a lot of meditation stuff and was in his school, and you know he was a person that I would talk to about certain energies and frequencies and teachings and stuff like that. And yeah, sadly his page got taken away. I think he got I think 5-0 came and grabbed him up, sadly. But yeah, free brother, you know what I'm saying? free brother. But yeah, we tapped in. I know Sag can be like that. Yeah, for sure, MDH. Normal people don't act like that. He's mental. Yeah. No, for sure. GG, that can happen. And see that, like, the thing is, when you become so low vibrational, and you open and you don't realize you're opening your vessel to certain entities and things like that. You have to remember that a desire and a demon, it has to do with your animalistic nature. A desire always has to do with an animalistic nature, and you living by that nature is what we call a demon and things like that. But you have to, I say that to say that when you're in your animalistic natures, you're in your lower chakras. So with that being said, you are not in your higher chakras. Therefore, your ability to use your mind isn't there. The ability to actually use your mind as the magical tool that it is not there. So you have no ability to rise like Christ. Rise like Christ and assess what's going on below you. MDA said you need to help him. Hey, MDH, I love that. I love that. I love that you are supportive of, you know, men's mental health and things like that. It is important. It is important. I just hope he's not too far gone. Like, that's the best thing I can say. Miss Galler. I hope I said that right. Miss Galler. Hey, how you doing? Been nothing but loyal and honest. I didn't deserve the abuse. No, yeah, no one does. You don't. No. No one's like, listen. Yeah, no, okay, yeah, that's you don't need that then. That's a L. He too far gone. Too far gone. Scrolling back down, chat, catching up. He too far gone. Too far gone. That's cooked. That's cooked. That's my brother. He's a Taurus. Damn, I feel you. Oh, chat, I'm catching up. You guys were going in. I'm not gonna lie. Yo. She loves pressure. Good to see you. How does stuff? He does stuff in a situation like I'm the problem. In reality, it's him. Yeah. Yeah. So for those, I'm doing good. Pressure. I'm doing good. I seen you. I actually tried to reach out for your reading the other day. And I could not find your page. I don't know why. Like, I was searching up on the Leo and I couldn't find it. I'm like, dude, I don't know what's going on, but I can't find her. And I seen you follow my management. My manager told me that you had he had seen some the account growing. So like he runs the Niagara Falls East Coast Entertainment. So my manager had told me, and then that's where I seen you. So I'm actually I had him send your account to the Leo. And I'm gonna message you from here as well. We'll look this week and we'll tap in on the reading. I remember you inquired on our last live. Not bad at all, but they can be impulsive. Yeah. Remember that Sag is a mutable sign, so like they like starting things is like finishing things is hard for them, and then starting things is also hard for them. Remember that they're a fall sign, right? And they go into the winter season. Remember that everything like astrology. Remember based upon the seasons. You know, people talk about constellation. People say astrology is fake. Don't listen to them. Astrology is real. It's going to be as long as that's like saying you don't believe in summertime. That like it doesn't make sense. As long as we have the sun and moon equator rotating, we always the 4 seasons and things like that. We always gonna have astrology. Astrology's been based on the season. So you have to remember Sagittarius. It's a fall sign, and midwinter. Not midwinter, but right as we're entering winter, at the end of fall, right? So at the end of the day, what happens in fall? What happens in that time of December? It's freezing outside. The leaves are withering and things like that. You don't want to do nothing, and then it's going from fall to winter. So it's going from ending to death. You know what I mean? So it's like what can they? That's why they're ruled by Jupiter. Give them optimism because their darkness. They're the light in the darkness. You know what I mean? So like you have to remember that there's nighttime signs and daytime signs. Sag is a nighttime a daytime sign, right? In a nighttime season. So it's like it wants to shine in darkness. It wants to be optimistic. It wants to be hopeful. But if it can't, if it doesn't have that hope, that faith, belief, imagination, God, it's cooked. Because why? Fall, which is withering. What happens to the trees in the fall? Crumbles, it withers, and things like that. So a lot of their energetic signature deals with letting go and shedding. If you're gonna start something, you have to use your energetic signature. So for all those who may have Sag placements and things like that, or may know a Sag, best advice I can give you is if they gonna start something, do it in their season, so they have more energy. Do it in the season of Sagittarius, Capricorn, and Aquarius. That's your birth season. That's your birth transition, your 3-month transition of your birth month. Okay? That's gonna give you, just like how we have spring, that's your spring. That's what's gonna feel you're gonna feel the most comfortable to start something at that time. To actually uphold it when you reach your internal summer. We all have this compass based upon when we're born. So for all the Leos in here, your spring starts at when? Let me see the answers if y'all learning. Your spring starts when? It would start when you're born in Leo season and the months that follow. Okay? Let me catch the chat. You remember being born? Do you remember being? Oh, you're asking me. That's an interesting question. That's a deep question, chat. We're gonna go into that in a different thing for sure, in a different live. I can talk about so many topics, chat, when it comes to this spiritual stuff. I would love to know him. Yeah, Matt. I would love to know him too. Honestly, like Neville Goddard was lit. Neville Goddard was lit, and he still is. You know what I mean? I resonate with a lot of his teachings, like I mentioned. Faith, belief, imagination as the godly signature. Neville spoke on the imagination as God. So and then in the Bible as well, if the people lack vision, what happened? The people shall perish. That's a quote. I probably butchered that quote a little bit, but that's a quote within the Bible. So you have to remember, vision is important. You have to have something to believe in. If you don't give anyone something to believe in, like, you're cooked. You know what I'm saying? So like, you have to, and then it has to be, that has to be solid. So that's what gives people purpose: faith, belief, imagination. So those are also your three spiritual superpowers: faith, belief, imagination. That's what's gonna allow you to have conviction, to not be swayed, to not let the external world outweigh you, all that stuff. MDH said, "What a pig! Don't kill me." Don't you be my ass for finding out? Yeah, none of that. Get two man found out as well. That's crazy. And he did that for finding out. Is crazy. That's what a narc. Yeah, let me not speak on no one's situation. But yeah, Gigi. Like, Gigi, you know what's good. You know what's good for you. Like, that's the best thing I can say. And then y'all Leos is very strong. Like, y'all have like a Scorpio energy with y'all. So like, y'all, we endure too much sometimes. Y'all can't endure. Y'all can't put yourself in situations where you keep enduring and having hope. Like, yo, bro, it can be, but no, bro. Like, you need to not do it, because like we'll bear a lot, and then sometimes we'll bear too much, and then it makes our heart cold. Don't do that. Your heart and your love is the most powerful thing that you have. Don't let anybody take it away. And the reason they want to take it away is because they lack it themselves. That's the whole spiritual war, chat. It's fulfillment and depletion. That's it. And people will do anything to get fulfilled. And people will do anything if they're depleted. So you have to understand, if you don't have your own forms of fulfillment, if you are not clear with these things, people will do things without the awareness of what to do or why they're doing it, which is extremely dangerous if you're in situation. I would not. Yeah. Bo Gigi said, "Motherfucker didn't take care of me, was 50 fucking 50. Fuck you." Yeah, none of that bullshit. We don't do that over here. Yeah, none of that. You gonna do something, that's cool. Do your thing as a man, but you gonna take care of like of what's yours, that's for sure. And make sure what's at home is solid like that. Yeah, man, there's certain things like you can't, there's certain lines that you can cross, but you can only cross if you're doing certain things. Like, that's the best way I can put it, chat. That's the best way I can put it. Like, you can't do that, bro. That's crazy. And that's the problem. People like that cooking shit, thinking they have leverage, bro. They have none. But hey, that's what they say. Oh man, we'll cheat. Just find a good one. You know what I'm saying? Find one that will respect you, man. If that's the case, find one that'll respect you. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to adopt that belief. I don't believe all men cheat and things like that. It's just, you know what I mean? Like, just find someone that you can respect and that respects you. Whatever happens down the line. That's the best thing I can say. But whatever it is, like, see, the problem is with men, these niggas don't know how to talk, and they all insecure, so they don't know how to say shit. They don't know how to be a boss, and they don't know how to boss up. You know what I'm saying? So they can't just articulate what they need, what's required, and what they gonna do from the jump. They all trying to hide to get to get something. See what I'm trying to say? They're depleted, so they'll be manipulative to get some sort of fulfillment. So they'll lie to you up front while still lacking from fulfillment, while still being depleted to get something rewarded from you, to get your energy, and then still going outside of the crib to get some other energy because they lack something. So what are they lacking? You have to ask yourself that. It's important. What are these niggas walking around taking energy for what? What are you so depleted? And you have to understand why some men are so depleted. Nothing is good enough for a Capricorn. Yo, Capricorn, you know how they be. They walk in the desert if they lack imagination. Right. You know what I mean? So that imagination is key, chat. Imagination is key. She said nothing is good enough for Capricorn. I'm crying. So he took all my money. 2 guys and gassed my eyeball. Yeah, nah, fuck all that. Because I was gonna say that is straight. You need straight restraining all that. all that, all that. I've seen, you know, Sag crash out too. So you, like that, they'll do that. They'll justify it in their mind, be a whole demon for it. It's just how it is. Remember that, you know, when we talk God, when we talk godly signatures and godly energies and things like that, that don't think that eliminates demons. When we talk about 777 and things like that, don't think don't think don't think it's just a realm of us angels. Don't think it's just a realm of us angels. I'm gonna tell you that. Because when you get a certain level, you realize when you get a certain level, there's not just angels, it's not just us. Now you on the real playing field. Because the demon also knows. But they ain't gonna know like how we know up here. Some real game. No, bitch, stick around because I'm gonna be 6 feet on the next. Yeah, facts. None of that. Glad you made it out. You be victorious and find beauty within your journey. Keep evolving. The next is an example of what you should not fuck with. Facts. Good game pressure for each other. After all, who understands a little better than Leos? Exactly. I tell you guys all the time. You have to remember, like, conjunctions. A lot of time when similar signs come together and stuff like that. It's an overbearing of energy, but you have to understand everyone has their part to play. The only thing that can understand you is yourself. So when Leos get together, it's not about drama. It's not about fun. It's not about, yeah, it can be, but that's when things can get chaotic because it's a bunch of fire. You know what I mean? So it's like you guys have to how to understand when there's times to dim that fire. You see, like me, I'm a Leo North Node, but I'm actually a water sign. So like when you with me, I can bring the fire together because I'm a relaxed individual. But when you guys are embodying your fire, you have a fire that's hard to tame around other fire signs. So when you get around it, it may seem like a friction, unless you're in spaces like this to where it feels comfortable to open up around other similar signs. So that's why it's hard to. It may seem like a frustration dealing with other Leos and stuff like that. This is a good room though. Shout out MDH. Flora, I believe I've seen you before here. What should we do to not lose a Leo friend, like a friend? That's an interesting question. MDH says stop being disloyal. Leo Scorpio, big W. I'ma always say that. but I'ma always say that. But because like Leo, for example, as I was saying, we all have our own internal clock. Bro, I have a question. I'll DM you, but reincarnation is real. She loves, yeah, 100% DM me. And yeah, it is. I'm not gonna say it ain't. Leo in the house. My solid pre-editor. I appreciate you tapping in. I'm just catching up to the chat. How much for your time? What's your first name, brother? What can I call you? You can call me MC. That's fine. Or Trinity works. Phoenix Oracle. A couple different names and stuff like that. But yeah, Trinity works. Shout out to everyone coming through, man. Shout out to everyone coming through. What can we like a real friend to help with a Leo with his griefs? I like that. That's a good question, chat. Floor. I wonder if you're like a female trying to help a man. But that's like I think Leo is naturally. Of course, Matthew. Appreciate you being here. Of course, it's one thing is helping them get out of their emotional side, right? So whatever can take them out of their emotions to then be able to like rationalize and logically think about things properly is going to be extremely important. So, and that's going to be for like any fire and water sign, right? So like the more you can be around them to articulate themselves, and the thing is, of the Leo is going to articulate themselves. It's not like they can't. They do, and sometimes they do, but it's too much into the wrong people. That's the difference. The Cancer. Or the Scorpio, right? The water sign, the Pisces, etc. You're gonna have to sit with them, communicate with them, get it out, right? Because they sit with it a lot. They hone in on it. The Leo, on the other hand, sometimes they need more time to hone in on it because they let it out too quick. So you have to understand what it is before you let it out or before you act on something. you can let it out, but don't act on it just yet until you know it's something you want to act on. Because fire is emotion, not just emotion, but also action. And what happens when negative emotion gets backed by action? Manifest a full moon scenario. Thank you for your service, Matthew. Thank you, and I appreciate you being in the live. From the bottom of my heart, it means a lot. We're gonna be ending out here soon. We're about an hour in already, hour and 20. So we're gonna be out of here. So shout out to all y'all on YouTube and Rumble who's been tuning in. Guys, you have full on YouTube as well. Shout out to IG. If you guys want to see other lives and other signs, breakdowns and stuff like that, subscribe to the YouTube. I do come on here for the Leo only type stuff. Spring is actually the beginning of the year. Nature has all the answers. Right. So as I was telling you, right? So Floor, before I get to Sheila's pressure, so Floor, for the water signs, you have to sit with them to kind of get it to be expressed. The fire sign, they need to learn to hone in on it to be like, you know what? This is what I want to do with this feeling. Like, see, that's what the water signs can do. You know what I mean? and that's how it can be. Sean popping in, welcome in the chat, appreciate you. And that's how it can play out. So make sure you watch the replay because this was an amazing live stream, Sean. But yeah. So with the fire sign, they have to kind of sit with themselves to understand what the emotion is to see how they can act on it. Because action and emotion was within the same element. Okay, emotion is what leads to action. It's that internal that leads to the external. Okay, as within, so without. So sometimes they can act a lot. They can do the wrong or perform the wrong actions based upon not sitting with that emotion or understanding what that emotion is or means for them. Okay? Talking private, bro. Yeah, 100% pressure. In private DM better. I got you. I got you, Floor. I got you, Floor. 100%. 100%. Yeah, I'm a Scorpio sun. For all those watching, it's going to be funny. I'm a Scorpio sun and I'm a Scorpio moon. Aquarius, Pisces rising. With a Leo North Node. That's where my Leo is. My Mars is there as well. For sure. If you guys don't know what your North Node is in astrology, look into your North Node. You'll realize why I've run this page and why Leo energy is so important for me. That's the best thing I can break down. Of like, yeah, for y'all be like, oh, he's not a Leo. Don't be I'm tapped in with Leo energy more than a lot of Leos themselves, and that's because I'm a Leo North Node. Y'all can learn about that. So when you're a good person, I like that. Man, you have a friend here in Spain. Whenever you come here, W Floor, I appreciate you. Good looks. Shout out to Spain. Eastern continents is where this page. I always realize like the Eastern continents, like that's even me, my structure and how I live, like my internal clock too. Half the time I'm like I be nocturnal. I'm up in the night throughout the entire night. Daytime I'm like, yeah, no. I'm like I can live out there out east. Crazy. My schedule is already filled. I remember when I went to yeah, even on Pacific time was like that much better. But because right now Pacific would only be like 9 o'clock. That's like that. Like every time I go to Vegas and LA and Cali, I'm always like, this is cool. I feel like on the East, I grew up here on the East. Time flies for me, like. But I think it's just my schedule. To be honest with you, I appreciate you. Shout out to Spain, Young Kari. Appreciate you tapping in. I think I've seen you before as well. Those are the best persons catching up, catching down. Mama, appreciate you tapping in the chat. Just give them space to do it themselves. Yeah, that's solid. And I think like you guys mentioning you guys needing some solitude, that is important. Like that is extremely important, especially because we seen the magician here as well. Like that one energy and being alone, like the withdraw chat. That's what I mean. Because this is information preview coming to you to give you the right knowledge to be like how you should be communicating to the people, places, and things in your life. Because Libra is people, places, and things. So around this full moon and this weekend, you're gonna see people, places, and things that you don't want to participate in anymore. You're gonna be like, Sham, I'm exhausted from that. You're not even gonna feel emotionally like you want to do it, like how you did before. As soon as this moon hits, you're not gonna feel the same. This friend's trying to support another Leo. Oh, awesome! Shout out to you, Flora. That W. Aries Sun. I appreciate that. I'm glad you're here too. Like I don't see Aries as much around in these readings and things like that. All the Aries I know in my life, they like don't like readings. I don't know why. I know one. I know two. But one of them is online. One I know in person, and they actually are like super deep in it. But the rest Aries, like I don't know. I never met one before. But good to see you here. MDA said, "You need to check on that just." Yo, MDA just killing me. I feel you. That comment made me laugh. 100%. Leo value loyalty more than support. Yep. Yeah, you know astrology? I do know astrology. I do know astrology. Leo here watching from Korea. Korea? W. I rate it. Shout out to y'all. Y'all have beautiful products out there. I'm not gonna lie. Y'all skincare. I don't know what y'all on, but y'all on some shit. Y'all on some shit. Y'all know what you doing. I mean, be tapping with you. North Node. Yeah, right. You're yeah, cause I know you're India, so Vedic is big for you. It's funny because I know more. Like I go deep in. Of course, I know numerology, astrology, but when it comes to Eastern astrology, I study more the Chinese zodiac than compared to Vedic. Just because Vedic uses a lot of constellations, and I like to do things based upon the seasons because it's more like interpersonal. Let me get it for you though, just so you know. Just so I know too, actually. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you're right, brother. Cool. I wanted to confirm that. Yep, Rahu. You right. So make sure you go figure that out. Find that out, and then that's an important placement for you. Important for you. Let me go to the chat. Good stuff. Okay, perfect. We all caught up. We have some requests coming in. Who's requesting to be in this live, bro? Sure. Well, let me see if he's in here though. Still, he might not be. Yeah, nah, he's not in here. You gonna exit that request? Funny, people request to go live with me, but like, y'all join in and then disappear. I'm like, yo, where y'all at? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's dope. So we figured that out. And chat, this reading has been beautiful. I'm not gonna lie to you. This whole live has been beautiful. As we're gonna end and move these cards out the way, I'm gonna pull one mystery confirmation card from the playing card deck here. This is gonna give us some clarity, pinpoint some energies. See how we're gonna move in. Here, Life Path 11. Yeah, shout out to YouTube, shout out to Rumble, and we're on Instagram. So we are streaming on a few different platforms. Shout out to you, Sean. Of course, good to meet you too, Matt. Leo, Sun, Moon, Mercury, and Mars. Life Path number 11. Oh shit, bet. If you're looking for a personal reading, DM me. They start at 50 and above. PayPal. It's in my my link on YouTube or link in bio. And we will do it. If you get the live deal, then you can secure a reading for you for yourself for this full moon at 50. And for you in terms of Life Path 11, yeah, because there's a lot I can break down for you in terms of you as a Life Path 11. You know a bit too, so that's good. I can give you a good reading. Sun, Moon, Mercury, Mars. Yeah, Leo, Sun. What's your rising? Sean. Leo, Sun is just, fixated fire. Moon, fixated way of reacting, responding, things like that. Rising, depending on your rising sign, how you appear to be. Mercury, forms of thoughts and communication. So we're there in forms of communication is fixed and fiery. So be mindful of overexpression or biting, like getting at people and things like that. Anger, energy, short tempers. It's going to be an important thing. Besides that, you can digest information pretty quickly. You can utilize your mind to actually... oh, and you're a Scorpio rising? Beautiful. I can definitely give you... Yeah. Okay, cool. and your Scorpio rising, which means I believe the full moon should be playing out what in your ninth. Let me see. No. Let me do mental gymnastics real quick, chat. Sean, Leo in your 10th house. Watch out this full moon. Sorry, guys, I was doing mental gymnastics. Okay, Sean. Leo. I was doing it without having to search it up. Okay, Scorpio rising. Full moon in Leo is going to be in your 10th house, and that's going to be important. Watch out for anyone trying to shine light on your status and things like that, and who you are and what you want to uphold. Right. So there's going to be a lot in terms of setting the stage, for like business and career and things like that. What you do and who you are. People trying to like a lot of light being shed on that. Capricorn energy, okay? So there might be changes and releases within career and things like that. Like some certain things may not be serving you or fulfilling you in the way that you thought, based upon your rising sign, Scorpio first house. It's not fulfilling you. It's not giving you the depth that you need for yourself to be fulfilled. So for you right now, your 10th house may be a little bit of change. It might be a little bit of a release, okay? There might be some of an expression, and it might be you you directly either setting the stage or expressing something that has to do with your business and career towards someone, okay? Someone may be looking at you, someone may be looking at your business and career specifically and trying to like criticize it or some way, shape, or form, or looking at it or just weird things like Leo can be dramatic and sometimes and then just unnecessarily expressive. And I'm not talking about the people, I'm talking just the energy in general. So people, you may just hear things about your status that you were like, bro, what are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? But don't give that too much energy. It's just going to discourage you for what you want to uphold. So there just may be certain people, places, and things that aren't in alignment to your business that you can let go. That's the best I can give you right now for free. Readings are $50 and above if you want a full astrological natal chart. But appreciate you. Only support a friend. Or is that more important than other than relationships? Yeah, no, 100%. Only one big Leo. Oh no. Look, big Leo energy. Look, stop talking to them weak ass Scorps. Don't know a Scorpio doing your reading. Don't know a Scorpio doing your reading. See, but that's a square. That's how squares play out, chat. That's how squares play out, and you just gotta know. You just gotta know. But at the same time, like it's love. It's all love. Like that's what it is. It's controversial. See, that thing is with Scorpio and Leo, they have so much controversial energies. But the thing is, because it's just because of the square. It's the alignment, chat. We're fixated signs, so you have the same. You're not gonna have the same with Taurus. You may have similar with Aquarius as your opposite, but everyone has a different season. So remember that Leo being your summer, being in August, Scorpio is your summertime. So there's a lot that you go hard for when Scorpio season comes around, or people that are Scorpios in your life. Either you go extreme for them in a negative manner, or you go extreme in a positive manner. But however it plays out is always extreme because it's your summer. So it's what you want to uphold, and it's what you're upholding at that time. So it's either you're letting go and you have to let go of this person extremely, so it's always chaotic because that's how the relationship plays. It plays out like the season. So it's just it's just like that. But it's like either y'all can learn from each other and it's a harmonious relationship, or it's like shit. That's someone that's kind of weird. Like that's how it is. But it depends how much the Scorpio really be knowing themselves, because the Scorpio is just deep. The Scorpio has a lot of layers. So if the Scorpio isn't a Scorpio of integrity and like isn't true, then that's when like it can seem a little off and weird and things. All comments, but I approve. Yeah, hundo. Yeah, 100%. That's the thing. So like a lot of times, even friendships, a lot of great friendships are Leo, Scorpio, because of that square. So like Scorpio being that for you, it being in that season representation is your summer. So it helps uphold who you are. So Scorpio, my damn self, help upload down Leos. It's that simple. But like on a higher octave, on a higher or higher lower octave, depending on the Scorpio, that's all be how much support you get from that Scorpio. Because it's your summer sign, so you're gonna get support from Scorpio. It's just how it is. A lot of times the Scorpio is jealous of you, then they're not gonna want to support you. Or maybe like that's how maybe it'll be like that. But that's nefarious. That's not true energy. Don't let someone with mental illness change your perception of what the energies actually are and what this and what we here to do. You know what I mean? We're here to squares are here to learn from each other, and that's the whole point of transits. And if we can't learn from each other and people go into the lower octave, the learning turns into a frustration and we square off with each other. That's it. Then there's Aquarius, oppositions. And then there's Taurus, your fall or your death season. So Taurus, you not really funking with Taurus like that. Like Leo and Taurus, y'all will funk or y'all cool friends, but it's never super exciting. Like it's never like, oh, like it may be, but for the most part, that's not really what it is. You know what I mean? Because that's your death season. So for like Taurus, a lot of Tauruses help you let go and shed certain energies in your life. Like Taurus would be that representation for you. Like, bro, why are you doing that? You should have let go of that time ago. And you listen to Taurus, like, bro, I know, you made so much sense. Like, that's how it would be. You think an Aquarius is our sister sign for real? Because I love me in Aquarius, we were really aligned. Right, it's your opposite sign. So because of that, we gravitate a lot to our opposite and square signs, right? So relationships, friendships are oftentimes oppositions or squares. Same with family. Like, same with family. If you're, for example, which family is deeper? Family can get deeper. Like if you're an Aquarius, your parents can be fixated signs and also have air modality. Like it's both. Probably like with parents is both. I've seen this, so it does play out throughout cycles with your kids as well and your children, karmically and all that. So if your dad's, you know, you have Aquarius, you think Aquarius. So like if you're a Leo, your father or mother probably has Aquarius energy, Taurus energy, Scorpio energy, some way, shape, or form. If not that, they have fire somewhere. Aries, Sag, or Leo. Probably Leo, to be honest with you. And to be honest, it like that, yeah, more so. And a lot of times it plays out as squares. So if you a Leo, your parents will be the Scorpio, Taurus, or the Aquarius. Promise you. Never really fails, I'm not gonna lie. Only once me and my mom, right? A little square. Are cool as fuck. Yeah, see, because people don't realize that Aquarius, that's their fall. That's your fall season. Aquarius season. So right now, y'all is in your fall season before you get into the death with Taurus season. So right, the next 3 months is y'all fall. So y'all learning what to let go, what to shed. What happens in the fall season? The leaves fall off the tree. Scorpio, I'm a fall sign. So we help, like a lot of times it's like we can help you see what you need to shed a lot of times. You see how it works? Like esoterically, how we in the mind and how we spiritually, we have spiritual natures that help each other spiritually. That's what we're here to do, to ascend. And that's how we ascend beyond the zodiac. It's not about being a Scorpio. It's not about being a Leo and things like that. We have spaces within, with like our houses and things like that. Like you guys are 5th house stars. That's what you guys should look at yourself as. Not even like a Leo, but you're 5th house stars. I'm a 8th house star, so I can see things from a mysterious, a depthful perspective, a mystical perspective. I have the ability to see through mysticism, to understand esoteric energy. Leo, you have an understanding of emotion, the depth of expression and personal actions. You're a 5th house star. That's what the 5th house is. If you learn about what the 5th house is, you'll make it make sense compared to what the zodiac sign traits are. That's what you'll see on the internet. And then that's what creates this perception of the signs and all the other bullshit. Like, yeah. Let me not even go there. Fire without emotion is nothing. Correct. Love me a Taurus. Yeah, that's how it'll be. Taurus worships Leo. Yeah, I said it's weird as fuck. Okay, he said definitely my dad. See how the Taurus is your square, but you see, that's how I'm telling you, it never fails, chat. I'm catching up right now. I deal with him on my own time. Yep. My mother's Aquarius. Nobody. See? Guys, I'm not lying. This is something that's karmic. Like people, like y'all. This is life. This is the code to life. If y'all understand, y'all will know the code to life. I'm telling you. Your kids, your own kids too. Y'all, yo, what? If I tell you about enemy years in Chinese astrology, y'all will not want to have a kid in your enemy year. I'm telling you. This guy said, I understand you. From 4 children, none of them. She's weird as fuck. Yeah, but that's the thing. Aquarius. No one understands Aquarius. They're unique. That's like me. I'm Aquarius, Pisces, rising. See, but I'm more relatable because I'm a Scorpio. I'm a water. I got water. I'm a double water sign. So for me, I know how to connect and relate and things like that. But yeah, other people, yeah, it can be. Air signs are cooked. Air signs don't have no sense of relatability, no sense of connection, no sense of, oh yeah, I feel what he's saying. No, airheaded. Air. That's it. she said, sister said they do bow down, brother. Yo, mom Leo, dad Virgo. Okay, yep, Stacy's 100%. You're gonna get it. You're gonna get it from, and that's where you're gonna see what genes. That's what really dictates, like y'all. You know when they talk about genes and stuff like that, and like DNA. Oh, that's a whole different conversation. But your genes and things, you'll see who has the strong genes based upon the energetic signatures that you embody. Who have the stronger genes. If you had a blend, they both had strong genes. But a lot of times, you'll see certain influence. And then sometimes if you have multiple kids, the universe will just play out where like, okay, one kid has your pops, your genes, the next one will have is the more the mom's energy. Like that's it, just balance. Like universe will know. It's like our, God will know. Stay away from Aquarius, right? So the reason Aquarius can be good for Leo or seems good for Leo is because Aquarius, the fixated air takes them out of the emotion. So it makes Leo like lighter. And that's the thing. If you can know how to get yourself out of emotion, it's amazing. Because you'll see like you'll be like, oh, this is so dope. Like, that guy, I'm not stressed. They make me peace. They bring me my peace and things like that. Until they start playing mind games with your ass. Libras are born to cheat, these motherfuckers, I tell you. Yeah, they're ruled by Venus and they're cardinal signs. Remember that cardinal signs are the initiators. So if they're gonna do it, remember all cardinal signs are the initiators. If they're gonna cheat, it's gonna be done by the initiators. Although we can embody these energies and initiate our own good or bad situations. A lot of times the cardinal signs will do it by themselves without even being aware. So Aries, Cancer, Libra, Capricorn, they would just initiate shit without even knowing. Oh, I started that. Yeah. Yeah. I'm a Leo. Both my parents are Scorpios. Right. See that, and that's another relationship that can go together. Double Scorpio. Only so many signs can go together because it creates a conjunction. But Scorpio, because of the depth and the layers that they're always going through in transformation, they can support each other. So like there's certain times where Scorpio will seem different than how he was yesterday because like he's just going through a different mood. But that can be supported because they have a deep level of depth. They understand both of themselves really deeply. So when it comes to space and passion, sex, all that, they understand. It's not like too hot to where Leo is like fixed fire. So too much of that is like too much expression. But Pluto and Mars, Pluto can cool down sometimes while Mars can go crazy. Having the two rulers is key when that relationship because one person can play the masculine, one person can play the feminine. Right? That's the whole point. Remember that Mars is masculine and Pluto can be considered feminine. So if you guys know how to play that energy, it can be really good. And a lot of times Scorpios giving birth to a Leo, that's crazy. Like that's some strong energy right there. Your parents is deep. You want to go, you need any help about shit, you can ask them. Ask your mom, ask your pops, 100%. Hopefully they like higher octave. But yeah. Is it true if we sleep facing north? That we change and vibrate higher frequency? Well, to be honest with you, this would probably depend because this seems like this is like a form of magic we're talking about now, right? So like, so if we're talking about facing certain ways and things like that, you have to remember that it's not just about facing the way, but why you're facing the way and the reasoning behind it. So remember that everything is witchcraft. I'm not gonna lie to you. As a Scorpio, I'll be dead ass and tell you. See, like other readers will lie to you, make you scared and things like that to sell you on things, right? Guys, I deal with like my clients, in the MBA and business and things like that. This stuff, I'm not here to gatekeep, but yeah. You have to just, like, for example, I would look into where you heard that, and then what the representation of North is, and what they say the representation of North is for you. Remember that North is I'm doing mental math chat. So when you're doing North, right? You have to understand what that represents for you, and that in terms of North is a direct correspondence to the element of air. Just which is the reason why the East Coast is more is the farther you go north, Canada and things like that, it gets colder. Represents the element of air. Um, that can help for you in terms of releasing certain emotion, feeling lighter in the morning. So it's helping you kind of release alchemically, if that makes sense to you. But it's about understanding what it means in the mind and then following that with belief, right? I can tell you that it is so, like, but and then everyone's location, geographical location, that north is going to be different. So you have to figure out the north for you. Don't just like, yeah, figure out the north for you. That's the best thing I could say. Figure out the north within your room, within your local. Like, I know my north within my room, so know your like know your north within your room. I have a few rooms, but yeah, um, and then understand the element of air, what that means. Cool, cools down, which sometimes you need to be that'll help you cool down. You can go to sleep faster, and that's technically considered a higher vibration based upon, um, or a higher frequency based upon a faster vibration. You're able to go, which in turn lowers the frequency, and you're able to rest faster. So yeah, that technically is the right thing, but it's not as that vague. It's just finding the north within your location. Only Xavier, you said your son is a Pisces. What's his dad? And does his dad have any water placements? This is a study that I'm doing personally. I'm gonna like maybe like I'll eventually like I'll write a book about like parents and karmic ties. I don't know if anyone. I don't think any books. Well, maybe I'm sure there's probably some, but like I have a lot, and I never seen anything that says child, kid parent studies and grandparents and stuff like that, and how the lineage and how the tree and lineage how it plays out. So like maybe that'll be like one of mine in the back end. So like if his dad has any water placements, that'll likely be why your son is a Pisces. Um, let's start Libra hate club. No, we're not doing that. We do have a Leo group chat though. If y'all want to be in a certified Lions, just send me a DM, say certified Lions, and then everyone in there, I make sure is in our Patreon. That's important. Y'all can join Patreon as a free member too, whatever the case may be. Any support's appreciated. And then you, Xavier, I know you're probably a Leo sun. What's your moon sign and what's your rising sign? Do you have any water? And do you have any mutable water? So Pisces. Yeah, I would say Pisces. And then the only way it would come from maybe square, like Virgo. If you have Virgo energy, I can see how your sun can be a Pisces. Because Leos often have Virgo energy, and that mutable is what creates the next in their lineage, in their line. So I'm interested to see. Reading this chat. I'm getting down at the bottom real quick. So right about aquariums. I appreciate you, Stacy's. Natural culture, natural culture therapy. No, nice, nice, nice. I wonder what you do for work. Looks like your name looks interesting. You love my herbs and stuff like that. What about Leo and Gemini relationships? Nice. You know, my dad is a Gemini. My mom's a Leo. How did that play out? Well, they gave birth to me, so. But they didn't last. I'm like, they're not together. Yeah, see, their beauty can do that. Libras often have the charm of Venus. Same with Taurus. So they're gonna have the charm of beauty, but beauty can be deceiving, um, which is why Venus is also a representation in tarot as the Lover's card and things like that. You know, it can be deceptive. Which is why Venus is also depicted as the devil, morning star, and things like that. Y'all ever heard of that? That's why. Because they'll blind you. It's the light before the sun. Who are you? Y'all are the sun. So y'all ain't sitting right with that. I mean, how you shining before me, bitch? And it's not even real shine, you know what I'm saying? They was following the star back in the day. Like, yo, that's the sun. Nah, it was Venus. That's actually funny. But you see, Leo, fixed fire, fixed emotion. So when they're in love, they're in love. They don't really need to go elsewhere. See, Gemini, mutable air. So mutable air. So when it comes to that, they're mutable. They bounce back and forth. Remember, starting something and finishing it doesn't exist. I'm joking. I can't even say that. That sounds bad. It sounds like I'm dissing Geminis. I'm not. I actually have like my partner that works with us is a Gemini. Shout out to him. He got Scorpio energy too, so he understands the depth. And he's an astrologer, so we know. And but the people who don't, like, pleasure, like, they deal with third house energy, which deals with the joining of energies. What does that mean? Oftentimes 1 + 2 = 3. So oftentimes that can mean sex. It can mean interpersonal connections and things like that. Oftentimes mixing and mingling. They'll put themselves in spaces and rooms and forms of communication that may just lead to them stumbling up in some pussy or some dick, you know what I'm saying? And that can happen. And they gonna be like, oh, I didn't mean to. You know, a conversation led one thing to the next. And yeah, that can happen. And then Leo being fixated fire, y'all gonna be like, man, this person too. You may think it's fun in the beginning because y'all fixated and it's like it creates excitement for you, but in the long term, it may not be the best situation. But y'all have to both be spiritual. I'm not gonna say that because I want to like ruin relationships, but y'all have to be spiritually. Y'all both should be spiritually aware to understand where your strengths are and where you're not. For you, Leo, depending on when you're born and which higher, lower octave, what decan you are. If you're like early August, July, and things like that. More mid August later. You have more maturity if you're more later August and things like that, later August, more maturity to understand your emotion, to express yourself in a healthier mannerism. So when it comes to you, emotional expression and talking, that's very good. And a Gemini likes to talk, so a Gemini can feel like it can uplift you and release your emotion, heavy baggage and heavy emotion and things like that. It feels like it's lighter for you, which can be good. Make sure to see if he's taking it seriously. Like, Geminis can just talk or listen to, like, act like they're listening, but if they're not actually like consciously listening, that can go one ear out the other, and that's extremely important. Mama Liz. Mama Liz, that's funny. So you're a Leo, both your parents were a Scorpio, and then you almost were married to a Scorpio. So that's funny. So like your parent, but it's just like your parent signature. Like, you know what I mean? It's you're used to seeing a lot of that Scorpio energy. So like when you're around it, it's more like comfortable for you. Like, it's like you even being here. I'm a Scorpio sun, I'm a Scorpio moon. It's something that you're used to, going deeper and and your parents being deep about extra shit. You know what I mean? Like that's how I am. I'd be making, looking things from different perspectives. That's how it is. So you kind of you're more comfortable with that. So you're gonna be used to that. So when that comes to you, you're gonna gravitate to it. But you have to understand if it's good for you or if it's not. If this is something that's gonna be, growthful, or if it's not. It's gonna be toxic. Because not all Scorpios are gonna be a representation of your parents. See what I'm trying to say? They're gonna show other traits and stuff like that. MDH, yeah, you have some beef. MDH, you have some beef with some air signs. I don't know who got at you, gang. I don't know. You have some beef with some air signs. Leo endures and Scorpio endures. Yes, get along. Right, right. Savage. Yes, 88. Exactly. They do. They do 100%. I feel like there are early Scorpios and early Leos can get along. However, they do not get along with full Leo enders and full Leo Scorpio, or full Scorpio enders. Yep, yep. Yeah, that's usually what it is. You know what I mean? Like it's all about personal progress. I always remember that, chat. Like we all spirits in a body and figuring out our own things and based upon our own progress. Like I've met good people of all signs, met terrible people of all signs. It's just where you're at as a person to be able to like not see things from a biased perspective. Although you'll always have kind of a biased perspective based upon your experience, but that's what's important not to do as a reader, as an astrologer, as someone who does this regularly. Our Pisces cheaters with the Leos. I really say that necessarily. Can't say too much, but yeah, Trump's a Gemini for sure. We know that. We know that. You know, don't let one sign dictate everything. You know what I'm saying? It's just a one bad representation of something. One badass apple out of the bunch, right? Are Pisces even real? Never seen a Pisces moon in my life. Yeah, you won't. That's the thing. They're the 12th house. Mystical. They're not meant to be seen. It's a subconscious. It's like me. So I have a Aquarius Pisces rising. So a lot of times, like, I sadly, but with a Leo North node, so it's annoying because a lot of times I don't want to be seen, but I have a Leo North node. I have to be seen. I have to be a representation of something. So for me, like a lot of times, I don't even want to be up here doing this. I'd rather do this with my clients and just be one-on-one and just not have to be here and have people up, like look at me and things like that and stuff like that. But I know for myself, you got to do it to grow. You got to do certain things to let people know. You can't just sit within yourself and be all Piscean in your own imagination and shit like that and think that's going to manifest. No, you know, like that is manifestation, but that's nothing's going to materialize from that. The ability to put your mind in the ability to put your spirit in a different space is what creates new ideas for your mind. And that's manifesting, because the mind is a magical tool. Don't get confused between manifestation and materializing. Because it's the action from that idea, of that idea, that leads to the materialization. But they're two different things. First, you have to put yourself in a space to receive new ideas and new thoughts. Real baller, appreciate you tapping in. Of course, pressure. That's Capricorn. Let's see. I love gold. My brie. Yeah, goat's fire. They cook that up. You know, we West Indian in Jamaica. We be in Grenada. We cooking up the goat. Some curry goat be slapping. So we use that Jamaican curry, season it up. Yeah. Every now and then. Shoo. Anyways, chat. Shavia said, I'm having a Virgo baby this year. W. Baby dad is a Capricorn. Oh. Okay. Your baby dad is a Capricorn. Shavia, you're a Leo. What's your rising? What's your moon sign? And then your baby dad has Earth energy though, which is prominent for your daughter. So I'm curious. I'm curious if you know your baby dad's rising and moon, although you may not. But if you find that out, you'll come to the conclusion that I was probably right. Damn, it was right again. There has to be some. See, the Earth, like either you have mutable. I don't know, was you that said Pisces that you had in your chart, but either you have mutable in your rising or moon, and that's what ushered into your child as a Virgo. and I'm sure she probably has like one of his big three or one of your big three placements in her big three. I promise you. Okay, my first baby dad is a Cap, second is a Taurus. Okay, so you definitely gravitate to Earth energy. That seems, which makes sense why you're damn baby through giving birth to a Virgo. Yeah, so the Earth energy. Okay, so it's gonna be strong on his side. Unless you have mutable in your big three as well, like in your moon or rising somewhere, like Sag or Pisces, then it also, I can see why. Leo Gemini works for sure. Pinky, what's up? Taurus is better than a Capricorn, Floor says. Yeah, Taurus are real weak-minded. Yeah, like I see like higher octave Tauruses, man. Chat. Oh my goodness. Don't get me started. It's actually good. It's actually good. Like a higher octave Taurus is actually good. Like they can think. Remember, they're opposite Scorpio, so like if they have their mind right, like you said, MDH, they're weak-minded because they're Earth signs. They're logical. Just like what? Y'all are fire signs. What does that mean? Emotional. So what can you be? Weak emotionally. You see what I'm trying to say? So for Taurus, their struggle is weak mentally, because they're the Earth sign. They're the lot. They're the yin to the yang. The yang is the yang. They're the they're the yin to the yang, and that's the left brain compared to right brain, which is the feelers. The left brain is the logic, and they're the yin to that. So they have to go internal to think always. They're always going inside to think and being practical. So their mind is, there's always putting pressure on themselves in their mind, like they're doing the right thing. Can they think? Are they you know, is this thing right for them and things like that? Leo's not doing that. Leo's straight acting. Leo's crashing out. So you have to remember, everyone has a gift and a curse for themselves, right? Same with Scorpio. So like that's why Scorpio will crash out, because it's Mars and Pluto. It's emotional. They can think about their crash outs. Pluto. That's the difference. Right? And then they can justify like that. Yeah. So it's important. You gotta watch that. Yes, it's true. My sister's a Scorpio. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Because yeah, because you guys as friends, y'all know because you're gonna be your square. So it's your fall. So a lot of times, like, it's always iffy for you guys because it's your fall season. So you're either like, I don't know if I fuck with this person. Is this person even good for me? You're always thinking about that. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, it plays out like the seasons. In fall, what do you want to do with someone who you're gonna let go? You know what I'm saying? So you're probably looking at them like, oh, see, I'm not. That's why we can't be friends for too long. That's like your thought trap process around Taurus, like, you know. And then Taurus is probably looking at you like, Taurus is their spring, and then Leo is their summer. So they come around you like, they come around you like, yo, Leo. You know what I'm saying? And then you're looking at them like, yo, I don't know about this person. Yo, which is why even MDH, he said Taurus worship Leo. No, they don't. But that's how it works. It's the seasons. You know what I'm saying? That's how the seasons work. Shabia, you have the same birthday as my mother. Claudie said Taurus are selfish and it's only about themselves. Yo, that's actually so funny, Chad. That's actually so funny. Capricorns are egocentric, selfish. Taurus too. But that's the earth. That's the earth. That's the earth. That's the earth. See, you're gonna see that from Capricorn for sure with the egocentrics. It can get like that. You can get like that with Taurus, because this is why. Because the earth signs don't fuck around. Like, the earth signs don't fuck around. Taurus will be a nonchalant rich nigga. Capricorn, like, and then Taurus knows their position. Like, Taurus knows their place and what they have in terms of like material and like, you know what I mean? So like, that's why that ego comes out. And then Capricorn, they all about status and upholding and acting right and discipline. So they just be straight faced. They don't want to hear no bullshit. They don't want to hear no extra long talk. They don't want to hear no astrology. They don't want to hear nothing. They trying to get to the bag. How can they get to the bag? What else is working for them that can get to the bag? That's it. If the numbers don't help them get to the bag, they don't want to hear it. Taurus probably too, because opposite Scorpio. So unless it's like a higher octave Scorpio that actually sees the influence and understands logically about the numbers and why it's important, they won't listen to it. They'll be more scared and closed off to it. They'll always be intrigued by it because it's their opposite energy, but they won't really indulge in it. And then Taurus is ruled by Venus. Venus deals with pleasures. One sec, chat. One sec, chat. Come on, where you at? Where you at? See if it's here. It should be here unless I moved it. I'm gonna go through this quick. I don't want to have to look through this. Okay, yeah, I moved it. It's probably it's in the binder though. I know I probably put it in there. So I was gonna say, fuck, I hate that I can't find that thing. Of course. Yeah, because they're ruled by Venus. So a lot of times, pleasures, bro. Pleasures, and that deals with Venus, deals with sex. It deals with feeling, anything that deals with feeling good, drinking, partying, going out, spending money, indulging, all that shit. But a higher octave Taurus, they gonna know. They're gonna have the same. That's why it's a trine. They're gonna have that same status and same representation as a Capricorn. They're gonna be like, bitch, I work for this. I got it. I deserve it. What do you mean? That's how they look at it. Like, I work for it. And Tauruses do work. Don't get me wrong. That's why they selfish. Because they put in work. A lot of times they'll stick to some bullshit longer than any other sign, and then materialize out of that and be like, see, I did it. I endured it. Scorpio, on the other hand, be like, I ain't putting myself in this shit ass space. I'm getting out of here. See, because it's like Scorpio looking at the energy, Taurus is looking at the money and the stability. You know what I'm trying to say? So that's the opposite polarity. Say KD, what's up? MDHW, appreciate you, bro. Right. So then that's the thing, Floor. So they can look at it like the manifestation, like the material, right? Like the it's not like the manifestation, because a lot of times it's hard for a Taurus to change spaces and stuff because they're fixed, they're very stubborn. But they are good at materializing things. But it's not, like you said, it's not about the material, which is why they need to get into their opposite energy, the Scorpio, to understand the purpose, the depths of the material, why you're doing it. Some of that Jupiterian energy, right? The meaning and reasoning and the depth and like what you're actually doing it for. That's the difference. A Scorpio won't endure the same bullshit in the job that a Taurus will endure for the sake of the money. You see what I'm trying to say? The Scorpio will go broke for the sake of the energy, compared to the Taurus will get depleted in actual real life for the sake of the money. That's the difference. As I said that, see, the Tauruses don't want me to speak on the energy. Yo! Let me reset this real quick. Shabia, you said I don't read all that love talk. From who? Leo Sage, Leo best combo. Claudia. Yeah, the mutable is good for, the mutable can be good, Claudia. And if you guys want to look like, I have this compatible, this thing right here. Let me see if I can pull it up for you guys. Let's see if I can pull it up real quick. I think it's this one here. All these things I'm trying to pull up real quick and it's taking long as hell, bro. I don't like to pull up references. That's how I be doing shit off top, and I study in the back end. Because I didn't do all these references and shit. Sometimes it's good to have paperwork, but like, fam, I be channeling shit. Like, I'm an intuitive astrologer. You know what I'm saying? This is I be studying behind the scenes and reading behind the scenes, and then coming up here, and then it just be flowing. But I don't even think it's in this one. I'm not gonna lie to you. Did I move it over here? Nah. Cause I have like a little compatibility thing I'll show y'all. If I can find it though in this bitch, but right here. It's because this is the end of this thing right here. We'll be 2 hours in. I don't want no girl. What happened, Shavio? What you don't want no? What you want a son? You want a Sag? When they love they are Flora. When they're in love, they're loyal because you know that Venus is. They'll go hard for you. That's what I like. That's what it is. That Venus will go hard for you if they are in love, for sure. Good. They are. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, Flora. If like the higher octave Taurus are actually smart. If they know how to like they actually are. They're very strategic. That's why when I see lower octave Tauruses trying to play games and shit, I'm like, bro, you just playing the wrong game over here. Cause I know you acting stupid. Or you just stupid and don't know your energy. But I ain't gonna waste that time because you being a Taurus, you should know better. Good, love that. Good. Yeah, see, for my Leos, that's the most important thing to do. Think before you crash because y'all gonna be emotional. So you have to learn to tap into your logic, especially if you're a girl. Like if you're a woman out there, like see, you're even more emotional naturally. So you're in your natures. So when you get triggered, like anyone with a fire moon sign, you're gonna be more emotional as a woman. So you going when shit hits, you have to learn to be like, fuck, okay, let me not crash out like as I always do. Like let me take my time a little bit right now. Gold said hi from Turkey. W Turkey. That wants too much attention, time. Yeah, I feel you. Gap is an interesting energy. No, exactly. No, MDH exactly because bro, like that's what it is for sure. Remember, they're opposite Scorpio. They can get like that. Chill, what? And you don't know Venus. Venus dealing with Venus is even scarier than dealing with Mars and Pluto. Because Mars and Pluto, as a Scorpio, we'll just come at your ass and you'll know exactly what we're gonna do. We gonna make sure you know. We don't play like Venus though is deceptive. Venus will act like your friend, will befriend you, will come in your space. Like Venus is very remember it's opposite Scorpio. So Scorpio will be like, "Yo, I'm not wasting my time being mystical with you." When a Taurus don't like you, Venus will be mystical in their dark ways. And they'll get in, that's when they go into their Scorpio energy. And they start being very sneaky, very mystical, very behind behind closed doors. And that gets dangerous. But let me not expose all my signs though. Yo, shout out to y'all though. Shout out to y'all. My sun and Mercury is Leo, Moon in Pisces. Oh, nice. Mama, I love that. Moon in Pisces. And your parents were Scorpios? See, that's why you gravitated to the Scorpio. See? If I knew you, I'd probably gravitate to you too. But that's just what it is. Like, that's just what it is. Like, the Pisces moon like, as a Scorpio, I can already know. I'm like, yep, that's a good energy that I would like to be around. But if that just, people are people. That's it. People have natures, you know? Capricorns are good only when they want something. They are cheaters, Taurus don't. Yeah, I think the fixation of Taurus is more loyal than the initiation of Capricorn. Cardinals, Aries, Capricorn, Libra. Who am I forgetting? Chat? I'm forgetting what air? Who's the air? Who's the air cardinal? No, Libra. Who am I forgetting? Water. Cancer. There you go. I always see Cancer psychic. They hide in. Cancer's always hiding somewhere. Why Cancer's always hiding? I swear, some way, shape, or form. But the initiators, they will cheat. It's like Cancer, they'll do it if they feel hurt or if they're not emotionally attached, they'll cheat. Aries, will do it out of anger. Capricorn, if you're not serving him in the right mannerisms, he probably will. If you're not upholding what he's doing, he probably will. Like there's certain traits. And then there was one more. Who else was the other one? Libra. Yeah, they're air, so they just might just do it. Like, I don't know. They just will think about it, an idea. Like they'll have a conversation, and that conversation will lead to the sheets, because it's air. I'm not even dissing Leos. It's just facts. I mean the Libras. Scorpio and I just broke up because I wanted better for him, and then started an argument, and now he's not responding. Yeah. Wait, because you wanted better for him? Hold on, CO7. This is really interesting. It's funny because like I always like to hear these because I'm a Scorpio myself. So um you wanted better for him. That's crazy. Why did he? But he probably doesn't understand himself, his damn self. That's the thing with Scorpio. They're so deep. We're so deep, chat, that we'll spiral in our emotions. Like, yo, what should we do? If they don't know themselves, they don't know how to feel about it. The fact that you want him, you want better for him, that he can be too subconsciously addicted to suffering. And let me explain that. You could want better, and that could be fearful for him. To grow and be better in a relationship is scary to most people. Okay, just in general. I'm just gonna talk to you real one-on-one, right, real quick. So, for you to see that it's actually good for him, and you could be good for him, that's amazing. Don't think that you're doing something wrong. You're doing something great. Your ability to recognize something and say, "Bro, this may be me. I may be affecting you. I'm sorry. Like let's figure out what that is, or let me focus on me." And that's genuinely you saying, "I need to focus on me," and that like I need to prioritize that. That's an important thing to do. And if he can't recognize that, then he doesn't really want a good relationship. Even if he says he does, he's subconsciously addicted to having something bad in his life. So even though you tell him you want better for him, he may be self-sabotaging, like, oh, she's just saying that as an excuse to leave me. Oh, she's just saying that because she found another man. So it just depends on like how true are you to him? Like how much is the trust there? You know what I'm trying to say? Like that's the best thing I can say to you. Yeah, no, I'm just tired from life. I gotta work out after this. My day is not done, brother. I'm telling you, like, my day is not done, brother, for sure. Another boy, yes, no girl. Okay, W. I'm gonna be in the studio soon time. Yeah, Flora, real shit. You see, the Pisces can because they're mutable. You see, mutable signs and cardinal signs are often the ones to be doing this because they lack fixated nature. So they don't they lack sticking in things. Remember that fixated is a nature. So they can't stay in one thing for a long period of time. Only fixated signs can do that. Only fixated signs endure things for certain periods of time for a long. Especially if it's your sun and moon, right? If you have mutable in your moon and your sun, or especially your moon, oh my goodness, it's gonna be hard. Like you may want to, but the cardinal and the moon, it may stop you because you're gonna bounce like the moon. You're gonna want to go from one thing to another. And then the Leo, the fixated sun will be like, well, how can I go from one thing to another if I have this? And then now you're gonna question yourself. It's gonna be sneaky. It's not gonna be nice. Yup. Gotta read the energy for sure. Mob, appreciate you. Leo gang, W tapping in. Leo and Libra, W. Cryberries at the finest cancers. Don't kill me. Really want Libras to be out matched, but for some, well, yeah. The thing is to not get emotional. You know, when it comes to, but at the end of the day, when you're dealing with relationships, of course, you're investing in emotion. So it's just something that you have to consider, right? Um, and um, and yeah, you have to remember that Libra is going to be level-headed. They're air signs, so you can't expect, especially if they have Libras are cool, but like a water sign moon or a fire moon would help because it would make them more interpersonal, like understand what they do and their effect on others. It's the air that kind of takes them, that allows them to be a little bit less emotional. So like a conversation triggers them emotionally to be like sexual and things like that because that's what stimulates them, their mind. Like air, like traits, right? I have a Scorpio baby moms. Appreciate you. Let me see. That's a no-no. Get out while you can. Yo! Yeah. Yeah, yo, mob. Yo, Hundo, I hear you, brother. That's for shit show. Yeah, to be honest, And that goes for all Scorpios, chat. That goes for all Scorpios, right? And a lot of people, like, this will play out in your life too, in the area of life that you know you have Scorpio in your natal chart. Probably be fighting for power and control in that area, and you can, like, that's one area you know you need power and control over, right? So that's kind of how it plays out. You either, for example, yeah, that's how it plays out. Because remember, Scorpio is ruled by Pluto, so it deals with power and control. If they lack power and control over themselves and their own actions, then they'll try to control others. That's how it plays out. Pluto's important. I gotta remember they're ruled by Pluto and Mars, and if they can't control you and they can't control themselves, that's gonna lead to Mars. They're gonna get angry because they feel like they lack control in their life. If you can help them and aid them and be like, yeah, you need to get control over here and not over me, then that can help them. But that's the best way to help a Scorpio as a Leo, I would tell you. That's like doing the wrong things towards you. I would just tell them that, like, bro, you need to find control in your life where you are lacking. You don't come at me. Like, that's where Leo needs to express, not just crash out sometimes. Because the Scorpio is going through so much internally, you don't even know. That's the whole point. Like, the depth that they're going through, you wouldn't know, and it's hard for them to articulate that. So if you know that, then you can kind of meet them where they're at and say, you know what's going on. But that's, even if you wanted to, you wouldn't have to do that, right? Depends on the level of connection. I don't like Pisces, not at all. I just hate cheaters ones. Yeah, no, of course. I know you don't like the cheating energy for sure, right? Mutability does that, and Pisces, it's water connection, dreamland, fantasy, and things like that. It likes the idea of creating its own fantasy, and sometimes new people is more of a fantasy than the person you're with for how many years and things like that, and that's just how they see it in their mind. You have to put yourself in like the shoes, which I know is hard for a lot of people, but that's like my ability that I've always had. That's why I do this, because it's interesting how it plays out. I appreciate you, Gigi. It's kind of like, you see, everyone has like their own cloud, and it's invisible, but you can poke your head through the cloud, spiritually speaking, esoterically. And when you poke your head through the cloud, imagine the zodiac, right? This is a gift that I had since a kid. I've been doing. I'm not gonna say my age on here, but I'm young. I'm young enough, but old enough as well. So this right here, every constellation you see, every animal, right? It's a good book if you guys are interested in it. But every zodiac, right? This is like you in the center. So this is like me in the center. This is you. You're the center. You have all these energies within your chart. So within you. So I've always had the ability to call on each of these energies, and it kind of opens the door for me to poke my head through. So imagine the Taurus. I can kind of call on it, and it'll say, yeah, look, and it'll show me what it's going through as a cloud, as a collective. And I can poke my head and see what Taurus is going through at that time, which is what allows me to do a reading specifically to each sign. And yeah, it's interesting. Everyone's going through a different thing, and everyone experiences a different thing. I can pick up collectively for each sign where they'll have troubles, where they'll feel sicknesses within the body, and things like that as well. I've picked up a few illnesses from people within readings and clients and stuff like that, from that they've had from 10 plus years, and they come to a reading with me, and I'm picking up their illness that they had from years ago. So it's a very interesting thing, and it is a real thing. They're not going to teach you it. But yeah, look into the Gateway tapes, chat, and see what the CIA, I'm not going to say too much, but see what the 3-letter agencies studied to get to be where we're at today. This information is out there, and it is very possible. Remote viewing and things like that with the mind. You're a lot more powerful than you may think. Look at cybercrime. Yeah, but well, it's crazy because my first stream ended out of nowhere Like, I had the first stream that we were on, and it just shut down for no reason. Luckily, YouTube and Rumble's still been up, and you know that's what's been going on. But it shut down like a long time ago. I'm actually gonna let me see bold. I'm gonna pull this confirmation card for this reading real quick. Four of Wands. We have another King of Diamonds. You and Sag got this. You and Sag got this. Giving grand support. What are you giving grand support to, though? I think this is like... Oh my goodness. He's more Earth. King of Diamonds. Giving grand support. This is to your foundation, chat. There is some form of stability that you want here from my Leos, okay? I think the rest of Aquarius season and this full moon is really you focusing on not just your money, but a healthy foundation. So your mental. I'm hearing mind. Your mind has been running, but it's time for that to be at ease. It's causing you to fucking, mind my French, like not think logically. It's throwing you off. It's creating like mental fog. Okay. So you have to. It's time for you to show up for yourself. Where can you give yourself grand support? Where can you plant some seeds and harvest, like some investments, focus on your foundation, focus on your family? Where can you do things that can set you up for the long run? Physically, right? And mentally, in terms of practical thinking and ways of moving forward. That's the last thing I'm going to have for you. Watch the ears, hope it's not too loud. Closing out chat. Was a good reading though. Shout out to the YouTube fam, Rumble fam. Y'all been up to. 2 hours in this bitch, full stream. Full stream's been going crazy. I'm not gonna lie, full stream's been going crazy. Alright. We got some free time. We have 8 minutes. We about to be 2 a.m. on the East Coast. Birthdays. Birthdays. Maybe we could do some numerology stuff. Let me see. Look at our time. I'm on a time crunch. Oh, cut a bitch. That's a Leo. Don't kill me. Yep. For sure. You have to watch out. Okay, GG. Yeah. Oh, I love it. Chat. The full moon is right now. Y'all are all illuminated. Everything is happening in your sign right now. Everything. Okay? The chat is active. People are active. Energy is high. Let's just be mindful. Take it easy. Maintain the peace. Leo readings for today for Nas. Watch for the replay. And I'm gonna have this video posted on our backup channel, Awoken Minds, edited. So it's gonna have the edited version. So you're gonna have the reading, no wait times and things like that. So you can watch it, the cut version, on Awoken Minds on YouTube. We'll be sending this reading out starting maybe for the weekend. You know what I mean? Waiting for the weekend. We have some automations coming through, so this reading will be sent out. The edited version will be sent out over the next couple days for everyone who missed it. That way, when you guys watch the replay here, and then those who are on YouTube, Rumble, you guys don't have to sit here for the whole 2-hour replay and things like that. I will edit it, post it, and then put timestamps for you guys. Okay, and then after I do I'm gonna do a card pull homegirl Gigi right here, and y'all, we can do some birthday requests. You know what I'm trying to say? Doing good, doing good. We're gonna do give me one. I'm gonna pull a I'm gonna do something for you real quick. And then moving forward, yeah, I hear you. What's your big three, Leo? G, what's your rise? Oh, you have to tell me. I hear. I'll tell me in the chat though. Curious your rising sign and your moon sign. But yeah, I'm gonna pull a little past, present, future. See, full moon already playing out. Yeah, Awoken Minds, Nazca. Yep, Awoken Minds. So it's just with an S at the end of the D, and it'll go right there. It'll go right there. I'll type it in the chat for you, just so you know what it looks like. Awoken Minds, and it's a smaller channel. My main channel is MC333. So, MC333 is the main channel. If you go to the main channel, you'll see both of the channels that we use: Starwalker TV and Awoken Minds for both what we do. Okay. Let's tap in. Let's tap in. Energy's high. See, it's midnight. As the hours go by, chat, it's gonna get more and more heightened. Okay. We've seen it. Just the fact that our live shut down, that was an over amount of energy. I was live for 20 minutes and it shut down. We've been here for 2 hours. Why is it still going? We have nothing. You know what I mean? No reason. No reason besides energy, right? So let's stay focused. Let's maintain the energy because it's gonna come strong. It's gonna come through strong. Yep, Awoken Minds. And we'll post the edited version up on Awoken Minds. So that's what we'll be doing with these readings. We're gonna be posting the Sagittarius reading over there. Oh, that's crazy. We did the Sagittarius reading earlier, Gigi. You should when we post that, go to the channel as well, Awoken Minds, and tap into that because we actually that might give you some insights towards the situation because we actually read for Sag entirely. See, this is how it plays out, chat. Let's get me to mention it. Bold. We're gonna do a little past, present, future. I appreciate you, mama. You try to come with the good energy, you know what I mean? That's the thing. Full moon scenarios are gonna play out in many different ways for all of us, chat. And sometimes we even see it playing out within our own communities and things like that. But this is where we gotta support. This is where we gotta be respectful to the community and things like that, and other people within the group, right? Within the reading and things like that. It's important because it's not about just what you're going through, but what others are going through as well. And that's kind of like a hard pill to swallow, I know. Especially like with Leo, because guys, Leo is the 5th house and it deals with individuality. Okay, so I know sometimes you can feel like people may be taking away from you and things like that, but don't supporting someone else is not going to deplete you. You're not going to dim and deplete your flame and things like that when people need support. Okay, let's get it. We gonna need that. We're gonna pull a past, present, future. We're gonna pull a past, present, future for Gigi here, just to look at the situation a little bit, and we're gonna see what the outcome of this is looking like here. Some advice that I can maybe give. Okay, and for the sake of this, for the next few minutes. Yeah, for sure. Abuse isn't, domestic violence isn't something to take lightly. I shouldn't even be saying certain things, chat. Algorithm be flagging certain words and stuff. I gotta be mindful. I gotta be mindful. Luckily, we're on Rumble. Okay. YouTube. Shout out to the YouTube family. We're cutting the YouTube stream. Rumble, we're going Rumble exclusive, okay? We're going Rumble exclusive. So if you guys are watching, come over to Rumble. I'm gonna drop the link inside the Rumble before I pull these next few cards, okay? Appreciate you guys bearing with me. Give me a second to grab you the Rumble link, chat, for my YouTube fam. Go head over to Rumble. Head over to Rumble. I will be remaining on Instagram for a little bit. I'm getting off of YouTube. Chat, we're dropping the link in the chat. Make sure you guys head over.